up, what up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. You ask Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
Coach JB.
Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Morant.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. Hop into
You are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is up? What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's time.
You gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing. We switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight, and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gas, Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB show.
What up, what up, what up? We are in the building. It is Work Boot Wednesday. Strap up your hard hats and tie up your work boots. We got a loaded one today. Maybe controversial. Who knows? You know me. We got a lot to dive into today. A lot going on in the news. But it's Work Boot Wednesday, so might as well sit down and strap up your work boots with us today, right here on the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. Become a member of our Discord, Slap Nation, today. Plus, our winnable slap picks are hitting. Join that and get all our cappers bets. Our first down plan on winnable.com/slap-picks. We got a loaded lineup. Big Matt will join us today, Matt McChesney. We'll talk NFL schedule. We'll talk NBA, his Nuggets winning their third in a row last night versus the T-Wolves. We're going to dive into all that. But first, let's dive into this. Nevada State Court sides with the NFL, shocking, over John Gruden in lawsuit that was filed in 2021 after John Gruden was fired by the Raiders and ultimately the NFL over the email scandal. A 3-judge panel of Nevada Supreme Court on yesterday, sided with the NFL against John Gruden, saying that he was subject to arbitration, even as a former employee, and thus ineligible to sue the league over his 21 termination. Justices Alyssa F. Kaddish and Christina Pickering reversed a district court order that denied the NFL's motion to force Gruden's complaint into its arbitration process. The case was remanded to the lower court with an order to grant the arbitration motion. Gruden told ESPN last year that the league thought they could cherry pick emails from years ago when I wasn't even a coach and try to end my career, quote. At the time, league spokesman Brian McCarthy told ESPN that neither the NFL nor the commissioner leaked Coach Gruden's offensive emails. The NFL has argued for courts to toss out Gruden's claim, saying a clause in his contract with the Raiders required him to file his claim through league arbitration. Gruden attorney Adam Hosmer-Henner argued that arbitration, a process that is controlled by the NFL and where any discovery would not be made public, would be unfair to his client. Well, that's what happened. Again, it seems real political to me that you have Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, Coach K, and now John Gruden. Seems like their days are behind us, and they want young, dumb, and full of fun in this professional football league. And it seems like it's starting to become a glaring take. We want capri pants and vapes on the sideline instead of ass kickers and ass chewers. Pause. Let's dive into the show. The NFL schedules are out. We will break them all down today, tomorrow, and Friday, game by game, team by team. The NBA playoffs continue to be below mid, in my opinion, as the Nuggets win their third straight of the series, and the Knicks bounce back, as I said they would on this show yesterday, and get another win in New York. The Chiefs, Harrison Buckner, catching a lot of heat over his speech, as the Swifties and Chiefs Queendom fans are calling him transphobic and are calling him out to be banned like Colin Kaepernick was. How ironic. We're going to dive into that. ESPN fires RG3. Seems like it's a little too late, if you ask me. But Jason Kelce replaces him, and Caitlin Clark's debut doesn't live up to the hype. We'll dive into that. But people did show up to watch. Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze getting to work in Chicago in an iconic Step Brothers photo. In that Step Brothers photo fashion. In college football news, Colorado will play Nebraska on NBC prime time. Plus, Deion Sanders' show returns to Amazon Prime for season 3. We will break down Bronny's shot that isn't the quickest release by any means, but he did make some shots on air. And Aaron Rodgers goes on Tucker Carlson to talk big shit. Tom Brady is seen with Antonio Pierce courtside during the Aces game in his WNBA debut yesterday as well. But before we begin, my wonderful co-host, Ball State legend, Naptown's finest, 317 Far East Side great, and AR5 defending Lamar Jackson loving, LeBron hairline having, and wonder if he's still Caitlin Clark riding, our Fox Sports very own Big Smitty. Welcome, my man.
Yeah. I can hear the chat through the computer, man. What's going on, y'all? Chat. Is it Wednesday, JB? Is that what it is?
Work boot Wednesday.
Work boot Wednesday. I got my Tim's on for all the Midwest and East Coasters. We locked and loaded. And of course, I'm still a Caitlin Clark fan. It was game 1, rookie. Come on now. She still dropped 20 points. 10 turnovers, not good, but that's a part of just learning the speed of the game. Look at some of these legends on this list. Lisa Leslie had 7 turnovers in her opener. Monica Wright, Cynthia Cooper, who was a beast, had 8 turnovers in her WNBA opener. It is what it is. That's something that can be cleaned up. I saw flashes of greatness, and she will get better, man. But, JB, how you doing, my guy? How was your night? How was your morning? How you feeling?
Man, it's all good. Same old, same old. Same shit, different toilet bowl. 10 turnovers in that game told me that she is who she is. She's an individual player who's used to not having any teammates, and now she has players that are on her level, WNBA players, talent-wise, and she still thinks it's an individual run down and shoot it up. She had 6 free throws, 6 for 6 from free throw line, so that's 6 points. She shot horribly from the night. She's had 10 turnovers. I saw her take her time to get involved. Like, it's a first game. I'm not tripping. I watched Lisa Leslie's first game. I think she had 16 on her debut. I saw Candace Parker drop 34 on her debut. I think it was only 2 turnovers. She had 34 points and was on fire. Candace Parker had one of the best debuts I ever saw. Cheryl Miller did not play WNBA basketball. It wasn't around. So, like, it is what it is. I'm not judging her off one game. I don't really care to watch it. I just saw the highlights of it. It's crazy. I thought they should have did better timing to play that game. They did a lot of hype to get that game hyped up, but then you have it on the same time as the Knicks Pacers. I thought it was a kind of an oxymoronic time to play it. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm sure you lost a lot of viewership because of the Knicks Pacers playoff game. This is a playoff game in the NBA, not a first game of the WNBA. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I can see if it's a WNBA playoff game and you had to play it, but first game,
because, like, you know, in NBA playoffs, you can't really predict how long the series will go or what day they will play. So I'm pretty sure this WNBA game, like, the day been set for quite some time. So it's kind of just some bad luck for them.
Yeah, it sucks. You can't really plan it out, but it's kind of a rough deal. The NFL schedules are out tonight. We're going to dive into that, but before we do so, let's get into our quote of the day, brought to you by betonline.ag. What up, what up, what up, man? The real Coach JB here for the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We got a proud new sponsor, of course, for the second part of the year, and that's Bet Online. Continue to be your number one source for all basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. March Madness is here. Join us every Monday and Friday with Jeff Nadu as we will pick them and up-to-minute odds, stats, and trends. You can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop to your mobile device. Head on over to BetOnline today. Become part of the team, and remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. Peace. All right, let's dive into it. The quote of the day. This is my own quote, Big Smitty, because I'm just kind of tired of hearing people say it, just in public, by the way. I spoke to some kids yesterday, and this is what they told me, and this is what I told them. And I said, I'm going to turn it into a quote. If you know you can do better, if you know you can be better, stop saying it and do better and be better.
Simple and plain.
Real simple. Because everybody I talked to yesterday at this little deal that I did for a buddy, I said, I know, Coach, I could be better. I know, Coach, I could do better. I should do better. Stop fucking saying you could do better and be better, dog. Like, that's an excuse. We're going to use that crutch for the rest of our life. You motherfuckers are going to say, I know, I could have did better. I could have been a better son. I could have been a better husband. I should have been a better dad. No, motherfucker, do it. It's real easy. Stop talking about it and go do it. Be about it. Remember, we talk about it all the time. Don't talk about it.
Talk about it. Be about it.
Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. There's a difference between a warrior and a worrier. Contrary to belief.
Ooh-wee.
A worrier just gives every fucking excuse there in the book, talks about what he could have did, should have did, would have did. A warrior actually is out there real quiet and does it. Similar to what the Joker did last night to the T-Wolves and the Defensive Player of the Year, fucking Gobert. That motherfucker was in the cookie jar.
I mean, I don't know what more you can really do, though, man. Sometimes you're just going against a great player. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes that's what it is. I used to see Bruce Bowen guard Kobe really good, or Shane Battier guard Kobe really good. Tony Allen guard Kobe really good. But great offense a lot of times trumps great defense. And I'm not saying Rudy Gobert played great defense. I thought he played solid when you watch, the plays. But at the end of the day, Jokic is the MVP for a reason, and I think he's the best player in the league right now for a reason. And he got in his bag last night, man. Just everything he wanted to do, passing behind the back, shooting jump shots, 3 points, fake left, fake right, like Hakeem Olajuwon, bodying through you free throw line. I mean, look at him. Whatever he wanted to do last night, he did. So sometimes I'm just better than you, and that's what it was.
Here's the difference, though. The difference, though, man, back in the day, if you watch those Tony Allen defensive performances and you watch Ruben Patterson and you watch Gary Payton and all those guys try to stick Kobe, there was a fundamental difference. They bodied him. They body checked him. I don't see no body on him. I don't see one physical defensive play on this man, and we're wondering why he's so dominant. Like, there is no body in him. Like, there's no, like, first of all, how about we deny him from his spot? See, that I played basketball, dog. Like, I played hoop. Y'all motherfuckers want to talk. I actually played for a really, really good coach with about 7 NBA players, if you want to go look it up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, there was a thing called denial. We used to play deny defense.
Yep.
Triple threat defense. Defend, deny. I'm trying to see where that is. When Kobe played and those guys played, there was defense. There was tough, in the face, deny defense. We don't see it no more, dog. We let guys get to their spot without any friction. We let guys get to their fucking comfort zones. Man, I'm just saying, dog. Listen, we're not going to compare eras and all that shit like we always do, but he's clearly the best player in the league right now because of, in my opinion, because of what we allow. And I don't think there's a tough bone in Cat fucking Towns or Gobert's body. And that's why I think these awards are so overrated in the NBA now. That's why we made so many awards, Smitty. That's why we renamed the awards. It's a joke. Like, we got all these. What did Conley get? Conley got an award the other day.
Like best teammate or something like that.
Best human award or some shit? Best human award?
Was it best teammate? Was it best? No, it wasn't sportsmanship.
I don't know, dog. I'm just like, motherfucker got the best human.
He was teammate, yeah, teammate of the year.
Fuck.
Teammate of the year. That's something new they added on there. You know what I'm saying?
No shit.
Shout out to Mike Conley, man. Naptown's finest.
He didn't play last night.
I know he got hurt. Naptown's finest. So it's a real one right there. You can laugh, you can chuckle all you want. Mike, that's a guy who's tough, still in the league right now, which is crazy, man. I respect the hell out of it.
I wish he played playoff game. I wish the guys would play in the playoffs.
He missed one game. Now he's soft now. Golly. Motherfucker can't miss a game with you.
Playoffs?
Did you see how he landed last game? Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened last game? Playoffs? You see what happened last game?
We're in the playoff, dog. We're not.
But he's not just sitting out because he's bored. Like
directly.
Sometimes stuff happens, JB. I know you played quarterback, so you were monitored and you wore a red jersey and you were protected, so it was different for you. But people who really in the trenches, they get hurt sometimes, JB. Like my senior year, my teammate, unfortunately, in camp, ran into the side of my knee and tore my knee up. I'm sorry, I wasn't soft. I couldn't go out there and play, JB. I apologize.
Your take on the quarterback's unbelievable. Remember, I'm not a pussy quarterback that you played with. I'm a real one. I got hit and got up and talk shit.
The position in general is still.
I like getting hit. No, it's not. Not my era. Your era. See, remember, don't get it twisted. My quarterback era would have fucked you up. You wouldn't.
At the end of the day, I played defensive line, so
you could not have played in my era. Just keep it real. Stop. I'm just letting you know.
I'm crazy.
You could not have tackled me either without getting fucked up by me. I'm just telling you, dog. You don't know. You're not born like that, homie. There's a difference. But you're not about
to tell me. I don't care about no. You're not about to tell me. I don't care how tough you think you are. You are a
know.
quarterback,
it don't
Jason.
Matter, homie. You don't get that.
Before you talking about, I was a 3 technique, bro. Come on, you sound.
What does that mean?
That doesn't make sense.
What does that mean? You're a 3 technique. What does that fucking mean?
I'm a fucking D lineman. You're telling me
I don't give a fuck.
You're telling me I can't tackle a quarterback.
Homie. What
are you built of? Like what the hell do you think you
are?
are?
A lineman retire from the NFL to be a TikToker, motherfucker. Miss me with your hard ass.
You think you Superman?
The D lineman is soft.
You think you Superman?
I would have fucking stiff armed the shit out your motherfucking
no sense.
ass.
You sound the same.
Soft. Homie.
Your ass was 220. 6'3", 220. 6'3", 220. I would have fucked you up, Jason Brown.
Fucking eyes ripped out by me. You could not play with me.
I would have ended your career, Jason Brown.
You guys would have not played with me. You couldn't.
You're a quarterback.
You should go ask the players that played D-line that played against me and ask them.
Go ask them. Call them. Give them a show.
You think my co-host would have been able to play with us? That motherfuckers would laugh. You motherfuckers are so soft.
And guess what? Your D-lineman can't fuck with me either.
You guys are soft as shit.
Yeah, my quarterback was better than you. Contrary to belief.
I would have gouged your eyes out after you tried to tackle me, and you'd have been like crying and shit. I would have like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm from the trenches, JB. Trust me.
Yeah, the trenches back.
I would have loved that. Please gouge my eyes out because understand, I'm on defense. I'm the one that can hit you. At the end of the day, you're a quarterback.
So that's what you don't get.
Play dirty with me. Because I got way more opportunity to be dirty than you have. Understand that.
That's what you don't get.
Homie.
You don't get this, homie. You think that you could hit us on defense because you play defense. You forget, dog, in my era, we hit back. We weren't pussy like you. We gouged you. We fucking went under your face mask. We were nasty. You never saw that. You think it's just one way because you had pussy QB. Oh, but fucking please. I play with dislocated ribs, fractured ribs. You motherfuckers would have.
Everybody does that, JB.
Oh,
Every quarterback does that, JB.
That
Stop.
transplant missed the playoff game last night. Oh,
Everybody who's actually played football before in the era, y'all know good and well he's capping right now. He's not like as tough as a quarterback he think he is. You're limited in what you can do. Your ass still had a fucking red jersey on in practice. Don't touch Jason. Don't touch Jason. We can't hurt him. He's fragile. Don't touch him. Come on, man. Stop. I'm in the fucking trenches. I'm dealing with inside zone, power. I'm dealing with I'm dealing with real deal practices. We going live. At the end of the day, you play D-line or O-line, it's a car crash. It's a moot point. I don't need a football for me to play my position.
It's a moot point because
I don't need football to play my position.
We didn't have heart transplants back then, dog. You guys have heart transplants, and we'll never know because
I'm not a TikToker, so don't get me confused with these current.
We'll never know. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll never know.
I know.
Let's dive into the NBA playoffs. We're going to dive into these schedules, and the schedules are out in the NFL. We're going to dive into it with Matt. We're going to do a team-by-team, game-by-game breakdown all week long. We can't get through them all today, obviously, so we'll get through them all week long. We'll start today, though.
Do it.
And dive into it. Let's dive into this NBA take real quick, though. The Pacers. Let's start with your Pacers, who I thought have a better opportunity right now because of health and length against the Celtics. But then last night they drop an egg, and the Knicks. The Knicks rally and dominate them at home. Poll question for you right now. I want to ask you something. Poll question. Who is the best player in the NBA playoffs right now?
Based upon performances, I think you have no choice but to go with Jalen Brunson, I think. I mean, the man just keeps dropping 40 points. Like it's almost getting expected, or it's almost like we're not even excited about it no more. Like he's 40, 45, 42. He had like one off game or whatever game before last, but I think you got to go with Jalen Brunson. Now again, I don't think he's the best player. I think that's the Joker, but the guy who's been if I was an alien and I came to Earth and all I've seen was the playoffs, right, and seen all the guys how they're performing, I think you got to go with Jalen Brunson right now, man. He's not getting as much credit as I think he deserves because of just his playing style. Like he's kind of an old school cat. He's not super quick. He's not a crazy 3-point shooter. Like there's nothing he does individually that's like, wow. But his man just knows how to get to a spot, use his body, his strengths to create a space and create easy buckets for himself, and he knocks them down. Like I'm going with Brunson right now, JB.
I got an interesting take. I would go with Brunson too. The guy that everyone I want to ask about though is Luka. Let's just be honest. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. He's literally not the same person that we expected him to be in these playoffs. He's really not been a great shooter in these playoffs. He's hurt. So that's my point. I knew you were going to say that. Brunson's hurt, homie. Brunson's really hurt. Just FYI. He can't move. He can't jump. His shot's short. And now I want to take Brunson when he was with Luka and wonder why Luka was so eager to let him go. It makes perfect sense to me. Like this is a guy who has been rumored lately, from Mark Jackson to a lot of guys that have come out on podcasts, Tim Hardaway, former Dallas Maverick legends, and said the ball moves better, the players are more comfortable without Luka. Luka didn't have the freedom when Jalen was there because Jalen was the number 2 option as a shooter on the perimeter. And when he was knocked down, Luka didn't have that opportunity. I think Luka actually wanted to see Jalen get out of there. And now I'm watching Jalen Brunson ball with basically the same injury as Luka has right now. And Luka has really deteriorated in front of our eyes in these playoffs. Jalen has risen to the challenge and beyond. That is the reason why I like Jalen Brunson right now in these playoffs over everyone else, including Joker, because of what his team has. Joker has a little more help than Jalen Brunson has in the Knicks right now. Knicks has a baller in Hart who's a 6'4.5" guy averaging 12 rebounds a game, which shouldn't be happening. And then you got a guy in Julius Randle who's not playing, and you're hurt. Your team is down many men. 50 Cent would say, many men is down, and you don't have, and you're carrying your team with 5 40-point performances in 8 playoff games. You got to be number one player in the NBA playoffs right now, in my opinion. I would say Joker is second, and I would say Ant is probably third. But Ant, the last 2 games, dog, I got to be real, Smitty. The last 2 games, he has not showed up, even though he scored 44 2 games ago.
I would say, don't say last 2 games.
Look, though, dog, like we all say stats are overrated. Look at the stats and when he's scoring. Like, look at when he's scoring. Last night, he struggled, dog, until the third quarter. He finally got 6 points in a row, and he really didn't do shit. The entire first half, Ant was quiet. He really didn't. What did he end up with? 20?
18. Yeah, so
yeah.
It's like 18. Yeah.
I
admit last night, but
yeah,
I can't say the last 2 games. I can't say that. But
yeah. I just thought they were out of the game because his energy last night. Like, he's been kind of – and that's a young player, in my opinion. That's what happens when you're young. But I got to ask you, Halliburton, your hometown. I want to be honest. I see hype, dog. I see a real hype. Playoffs is when you start to say your guys are the dudes. Playoffs.
Yeah.
We talk about Halliburton all year long, how great he was, and he was balling and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And we say that about other players in the league, and then they get to the playoffs. We talk about how great Austin Reeves was all year long for the Lakers, and then he don't show up in the playoffs. And I called him out. I called out all these other guys that don't show up in the playoffs over the years. Butker, all these different players, dog. Tatum, I've already called him out. I said, maybe is he the most hyped superstar? Dog, Halliburton he sits at the perimeter. I watched him specifically last night. He sits out at the perimeter. He doesn't go get the ball. He doesn't want the ball. It's like you got guys that don't even know who they are on your team, and you won't go get the rock and be the guy. You got Nimbard. And who the fuck are these guys that you're letting control the pace when you won't go get the ball? I literally saw him at the 3-point line kind of just standing there like this while the ball's rotating around the fucking perimeter. And I'm like, are you the guy? I don't know, dog. I don't see it. I don't see it. And you go to a game to go have an opportunity to go up 3-2 to a team that's hurt, Smitty. Like, I smell blood. Like, I got to have some blood in the water.
Right.
That motherfucker has none. He has no shark in him, no wolf in him. I don't see it. That's just me. It could be a couple bad games in a row, but we all have.
I mean, he's a legit player. I do want to make that clear. The Pacers are not where they're at without Tyrese Halliburton. So I do want to make that very clear. But in these playoffs, he has been inconsistent. And the thing about him is hard to read sometimes, though. Tyrese Halliburton isn't like a Brunson. He isn't a Luka. Like, that's not his game style. Like, he's had games of playoffs where he's dropped 35 and 34. And he, put up 26 or something shots, but he's more of a traditional 20 and 10 type point guard. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think sometimes you watching the game, you're like, why is he not being super aggressive? I'm like, well, it's not necessarily his playing style. That's not who he is. I wouldn't classify Halliburton as just a scorer. Again, he can get points, but that's not really his game style and game plan. So
let me ask you something. You got to feed off of. You got a guy in Siakam who's playoff battle tested, who's very good in the playoffs, especially. He's very good in the playoffs. You got a guy like him, and you got a guy like Miles who got hot last night, hit 3 threes in a row, put him back in the game, third quarter. 2 decent bigs. The Knicks have no bigs healthy besides Hartenstein, homie, who's a guy that you're letting get 14 offensive rebounds.
Right.
Hartenstein.
And that's not on Tyrese Halliburton. That's on them. That's on
here's my point, though. Here's my point, though. You got 2 bigs that you can't stop one big with, and then you're Halliburton, who should be glashing to the rim on that one big Hartenstein. Put his ass in conflict. Put Hartenstein in defensive mode. Make him defend the rim. Halliburton, you are an athlete, a jumper, a slasher. Attack Hartenstein at the rim. If you don't do that, you're depending on your two bigs to do what? Down low. You're not putting they're not putting no pressure on a Hartenstein, home. We're talking about Hartenstein controlling the fucking paint. He had 14 offensive boards last night. I think he had 18 rebounds, 14 offensive.
I think 17 total. Yeah, he was.
But why aren't you attacking the one center on the roster? Dog, Mitchell Robinson's hurt. Julius Randle's out. Okanobi's out. Why aren't you attacking the fucking guy that's the only center they have who's getting 17 rebounds on you? How about you put him in conflict? Attack the rim, Halliburton. You're a long, athletic guy who can get fouls from the motherfucker. Because obviously we're in a game where we know the center plays at the perimeter and Miles wants to play on the perimeter. And so if that's the case and that's the offensive strategy, then guess what? You got to do something with Siakam. You got to put Hartenstein in some sort of defense mode so he's not getting fucking 17 rebounds. Like, it doesn't make sense, dog. I watch him get rebounds on missed shots. Second, third, fourth opportunities for his team, dog. And I'm like, why is no one boxing this dude out? Why is nobody putting him in conflict? And why is fucking Halliburton on the perimeter? I'm like, this is a long athletic slasher that should be having this guy come over and fucking help the rim, right? I didn't see Hartenstein ever be put in that position. And then guess what happens, Smitty? When you do that to the center, then guess what? Drive and what? Driving
kick, yeah.
Miles for a lob. Or I don't see that with the Pacers. I don't know. That's just me, but I don't know anything about basketball. Let's dive into a controversial take before Matt gets on. The Chiefs' former kicker, as you know, Harrison Butker, catches some serious heat. I don't know if you're privy to what's going on, Smitty. He's catching some serious heat over a speech that he did at a graduation, and the Swifties in the Chiefs Kingdom are calling him transphobic, calling him to be banned from the NFL like Kaepernick was. Butker apparently ripped Joe Biden, had some pro-choice words, talked about Catholics, politics. Listen, and we've got people that are fans of this show, Smitty, who are on this show, who are kind of in disagreement with his takes. So I want to
Can we play it? Like, because I know he said a lot, so I need to really I need to hear what he said.
Let's hear the woman's part first. We'll hear the woman's part first, and we'll address the women.
Hey, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with the many talents God has given me, but it cannot be overstated that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
So that take right there, the term vocation and homemaker pissed off, I guess, all the Karens in the world. Now, look, I want to dive into this particular talk. Let's move one at a time here.
Yeah.
One of our good friends said there are no words to describe how badly he shanked this one.
Who's?
Okay.
All right.
So, and then basically, I want to give you context. he's at a graduation addressing female graduates. Okay?
Right.
And basically, I want to be as sensitive to the situation as I can be, but still, I'm going to be me. But I want to be clear. He presented a motherhood take as an ultimate vocation to basically people who are there to, accept their educational achievements and et cetera, et cetera. So some people think he didn't read the room. And then there are millions of women who struggle with infertility. I want to be clear. I want to address it because I'm a man that gets the whole room and reads the room. So some women may think he's an asshole because he kind of went out and addressed certain things that was insensitive. I call it being a man raised by a man in a time that America used to operate in the manner that he is discussing. He probably saw his mother and father move a certain way, like you saw your mother and father move, like I saw my mother and father move as a youngster. They moved in a way where they taught us how to be a man. And I think he's speaking on those terms. And I think now when we speak as a man, we offend everyone in the room, whether it's weak beta males, females who think femininity is really men allowing to play women in sports. All these things he touched on, I think, is always going to ruffle feathers, Smitty. But to be canceled for this is again, it blows my mind, Smitty. It really does. Now, this is just one video about the women.
Yeah, I know he said a lot, so that's why I'm glad we're breaking it down like this because I want to make sure we focus on each little area. I mean, my initial, I guess, 2 cents on here is that I do agree. I think he didn't read the room. Like, graduation is a time in which like everybody, men, women, we're all excited about like what's next. You just got your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, you know what I'm saying, and in accounting or whatever the case may be, business degree. So now you're excited to like really go into adulthood and start your careers. And then like he's basically telling the women without saying it directly that like that's cool and all, but you've been lied to. Like your career don't even matter. What really matters is how you are as a mother. And I just think like I get what he's trying to say, I guess, in terms of like the importance of like being a mother and taking care of the household, and because that is important. But the timing I think was horrible. The delivery I think was bad. And at the end of the day, like you can do both. Like I'm sure. I mean, your mom, you told me thousands of times. You said your mom was a doctor, if I'm not mistaken, or a nurse or something at the hospital. So I'm like, you can have a strong career and still be, at home and be a good mother. And like I have countless of examples that comes to my mind. So like, I don't know, but I just think his delivery, his timing was bad on this. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Here's my take. I didn't take it as that as I've looked at the whole thing as I watched it yesterday and last night. I thought, and I think that he was telling folks that don't buy into what the government has made us believe, that we have to keep up with the Joneses of the world. And we have to have 2-income households. And we have to like, this is what I think he was saying. Like, hey, dog, you could actually stand for something or fall for anything because you're being controlled out there. I think he was telling his wife and the to-be wives and mothers in the world that don't let your sons be raised by someone else. Don't let your daughters be raised by someone else. We are seeing our kids being told crazy, outlandish shit in school, Smitty, right now. I think he was talking about that to the bigger picture and used his platform that he knew was going to blow up like it did. And I believe he saw that opportunity and he took it.
Did you see how, real quick before you move on, you see how you're saying, I think this is what he said? That's why I said his delivery was poor in my opinion. Because like, just be real clear. Like, just be 100% direct in what you're saying. I feel like right now we're all kind of just like, like maybe he meant this, maybe he meant that. We're all just trying to like pick at it without knowing exactly. If he said exactly what you just said, then maybe I would, we would feel a little differently. But he didn't say that.
But let me ask you something. A football coach stood over his team and said a prayer. He got fired. He got fired for praying with his football team. He was fired. When are we going to stand and do what the Constitution said we were allowed to do? Freedom of speech, being able to say what we want, being able to do what we want. Home of the brave, land of the free, all that shit. The point is, he could say what he wants to say. And I don't, but I'm not saying that you can't read the room and say shit. What I'm saying is, when did this become such an issue? It's not. It's only new. It's new. This is a new thing. Back in the day, nobody would have batted an eye. But when these other people get up there, Smitty, you see it every day. When these other fucks get up there, which we're seeing every day right now, have you seen the amount of crazy talk that we see in front of our children and kids at other schools and in ceremonies? Like, let's keep it real.
Insane. Yeah.
Let's keep it real. So why isn't nobody canceling them? Why are they allowed to talk to my fucking kids any way they want, but this man gets up there in front of grown-ups and speaks his mind, and now they're trying to cancel him? I haven't seen any of these weirdo fucking made-up humans be canceled one time talking to my fucking baby about dicks and pussies and shit. That's the fucking part I got. That's the problem I got. We pick and choose what the fuck we want to cancel, when we should be canceling these weirdo fucks out here who got trans and fucking made-up humans dancing at Hooters on pole dancing in front of 6- and 7-year-olds, homie.
Yeah,
but we're mad about this, talking about a traditional family household. What? Get the fuck out of here, man. This shit's starting to fucking irk me.
People only quote unquote cancel people who have some sort of platform or popularity though. So like, I'm with you. I've seen a lot of videos. I know you shared some of them with me. Some of them videos of these people going into these classrooms with these literal babies and kids and teaching them all types of inappropriate like things is insane to me. But the truth behind it is these people who are doing it are just like nobody. So I say that because the community isn't going to like cancel just a nobody is what I'm saying. People who get canceled or entertainers act like you have to have some sort of brand or whatever. If you're just a regular person who goes in the classroom and talk, people aren't going to say, well, let's cancel that guy. Well, don't nobody even know that guy is what I'm saying.
Smitty, we got a fucking dude with a full-on beard with nails acting as if he gave birth out of his asshole the other day in a fucking hospital bed where my mom has lung problem right now who can't get a bed in a hospital. But we got this weirdo fuck, homie, holding a baby and being put on his fucking stomach with no titties, with no milk possibility to give this motherfucking kid. Absolutely not. This is insanity, homie. And we're talking about canceling a kicker because he spoke his fucking mind about a bunch of broads who act like they want you to fuck, but then they tell you don't fuck me. But if you don't fuck me, you're gay. And if you do fuck me, assault. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm tired of having to read the room. You wonder why there's so many fucking single males and females out here right now? Because the fucking shit is wild. And nobody wants to fucking risk their fucking earnings on some fucking cowardly weirdo fuck. And that's the bottom line. And I'm going to be honest. Harrison Butker is taking heat from several women for saying his wife found her vocation and his support. This is the best way I can say it. He's getting heat from saying that my wife is a supporting one, like your wife is, Smitty, who is allowed to live her life the way she wants by supporting his life and the way he wants to live it. I don't know what I just said, but let me say it again. He's taking heat from several women for saying that his wife found her vocation at his household, her household, and is a supporting wife who is allowed to live her life the way she wants by supporting his life and the way he wants to live it. And that's the problem these women have right now, dog. They don't like that shit, dog, because she won. She won, homie. Just like you and I, for whatever reason, let's say you and I stumbled upon fucking Rihanna, homie. We won. So finally, we have a guy in the public eye who speaks his mind, Smitty, and talks about the issues in our country, from the media to Biden, as he calls him delusional, plus the abortion and faith portion of his takes, which we could all disagree with. And like my abortion takes are probably different than the right and the left. He is proof that you can't speak your mind in this country anymore, dog, without having pussies like you guys in America trying to cancel him. This is America, motherfuckers. The land of the free and the home of the brave, I thought. Yet we are silenced by these fucking Karens and soft pussies who don't want our children to hear the truth. Let's keep it funky and be raised by fuck boys and fuck girls in this country. That's the truth. Y'all want to silence us who speak the truth, and you all want the fucking, you want to be able to go to Hooters and have some fucking weirdo fuck dance in front of my kids, and that's okay. You want some weirdo fuck to dress up as a female and sit there reading a book to my kids about how to fucking be a man and how to be a woman as opposite sexes, and that's okay. But I can't get up there as a man and defend a real woman in the household as my wife and my husband and how we live and operate. That's not okay. That is what's glaring, homie. That is the fucking glaring part of this whole thing. And I don't want to get into too much politics, but I'm just telling you, dog, it's a fucking sad day right now. I'm just telling you because, and I'm going to be honest, the women that come out and are mad at him are the same women, dog, that'll later bash the men on why no one's at the WNBA games. But y'all ain't at the WNBA games. Why y'all ain't at the WNBA games? But you're blaming men? Women, let's be real, women. I love women. I love you guys. Every woman in this chat, every woman out there listening. But let's be real, dog. Women has started a lot of this problem. The women thought that it was a good thing, and it's backfired on y'all. And now the real women are coming forward and seeing it and saying, fuck. Because I got DMs, dog. I got messages. I got receipts from a lot of great women. And they're talking about, JB, I'm not that way. I said, I know you're not. I'm not speaking to every woman. I know you're real. But a lot of women are out there now trying to put the paste back in the tube, homie. Because now you let it out of Pandora's box and you can't get it back in. Now you're seeing your boy being told that he's okay to go in the woman's bathroom. You're seeing it in school. And now you're like, no. I didn't raise my kid that way. That's all Harrison Buckner's saying to the people. Don't let your kids be controlled. That's what I look and see what he said. But anyway, I could be wrong. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, there's one more part of this video, Smitty, before we move on. Bailey, go ahead.
And poor leadership have negatively impacted major life issues. Things like abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as a growing support for degenerate cultural values in media, all stem from the pervasiveness of disorder. Our own nation is led by a man who publicly and proudly proclaims his Catholic faith, but at the same time is delusional enough to make the sign of the cross during a pro-abortion rally. He has been so vocal in his support for the murder of innocent babies that I'm sure to many people, it appears that you can be both Catholic and pro-choice. He is not alone. From the man behind the COVID lockdowns to the people pushing dangerous gender ideologies onto the youth of America, they all have a glaring thing in common. They are Catholic. This is an important reminder that being Catholic alone doesn't cut it. These are the sorts of things we are told in polite society to not bring up. You know, the difficult and unpleasant things. But if we are going to be men and women for this time in history, we need to stop pretending that the Church of Nice is a winning proposition. We must always speak and act in charity, but never mistake charity for cowardice. It is safe to say that over the past few years, I've gained quite the reputation for speaking my mind. I never envisioned myself nor wanted to have this sort of a platform, but God has given it to me, so I have no other choice but to embrace it and preach more hard truths about accepting your lane and staying in it.
Look, see, here's the crazy part, dog, and I had this fucking heated argument yesterday with the dude I spoke for. Like, they think, people out there really think, and we have this conversation, you and I, every day on the show about if you're this way, they think you're this guy, and if you're this way, they think you're a Trumper, and if you're a Trumper, you're automatically racist. Some dude on Instagram was like, "Oh, your Trumpness is coming out. Come see me in D.C. Now, wonder how your black players really thought of you, racist." I just laugh, and I go, "Did you call Lawrence Taylor a racist? Would you go holler at him and tell him that in his face?" The hypocrisy is crazy. Here's the thing. They say if you're a right-wing guy, you have to be a certain way when it comes to the abortion discussion. The abortion discussion is a whole fucking thing, right? That's a whole thing. And if you're left, you got to be. So there's pro-choice, and then right. Yeah. So I am against the whole thing. Like I'm a way different thinker when it comes to. I don't think conservatively when it comes to the abortion thing. And if you go against that, how are you conservative? Like, motherfucker, if the woman don't want to have the baby, homie, who the fuck am I to say shit about it? That's my take. Right. So that doesn't fall in line with the right.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
So now what am I, homie? And now am I the motherfucker? Because I fucking said the woman should have the right. These weirdo fucks. Now I'm talking about right-wing motherfuckers now that people think I'm far leaning to the right. They call you a murderer. They're going to call you this. This is why I don't like the portions of the right which I think are weirdo fucks. And this is why I'm an independent thinker, homie, and this is why I stand on the hill alone sometimes. Let's keep it real. So a woman could get assaulted and a baby be put in her unwillingly. And these fucks on the right think that woman should have that kid regardless because you're killing a baby or a life if you don't have it.
Insane.
Get fucked, homie. Let my daughter or my mom or my sister get fucking assaulted and have a pregnancy unwanted. And you think I'm keeping it or having her keep it, and you call me whatever the fuck you want, but I bet you wouldn't say it in my motherfucking face. See, that's the problem. These bitch-ass motherfuckers on the right and these bitch-ass motherfuckers on the left are both delusional, homie. They all think you got to be one way or the other. Nah, homie. Fuck your take. I'm an independent thinker, and not one of you motherfuckers will see me in my face and tell me that. That's the problem about it. You think a fucking rape can demand a baby be born because the woman has to have the kid? Get the fuck out of here, homie. You got me fucked up. This is the problem. And this is an argument I had with a cat because he's so fucking caught up in being right-winged that he thinks I have to agree. Get the fuck out of here. And I almost slapped the motherfucker. I'm going to keep it real. And I'm just like, homie, this ain't the conversation to have with me because a woman should be able to call the fucking shots on whatever the fuck she wants to do. Y'all motherfuckers are trying to play God, homie. You motherfucking politicians are trying to play God. And it's fucking wild. We're talking about weather control. We're talking about motherfucking humans, bodies. Like, this is the political part that we just don't want to talk about too much on this show because you motherfuckers get butthurt, homie, because y'all can't handle the truth. It is what it is. Don't get mad at me, motherfucker. Get mad at the motherfucking rules y'all made. Shit.
He's preaching right now, y'all.
Anyway,
he's preaching.
That's a whole nother discussion, but it is what it is.
Hit that like button, y'all. Really showing Planet ERF right now. Hit that like button, subscribe. We're gonna talk about everything on this show. Let's get it.
Yeah, this is the whole thing, man. That's a whole nother thing. Like, people are talking about when it becomes a 9-month-old baby, and because I don't know. I think JFK or RFK came out and said that they should be able to kill the kid at 9 months.
Oh,
now like abort the kid at 9 months or 8 months or whatever. Now you're on a whole nother slippery. Now you're on a whole nother. You see what I'm saying? The baby's already at fucking certain status.
Exactly. That's a little. That's different.
There's all these different things. All like.
Because abortion happen like typically early to where like I'm just being honest, like the baby ain't really even formed yet or nothing. Like you're just stopping the process from happening almost. Like you're not even really,
Yeah, You're talking about a zygote, homie. You're talking about a fucking the embryo status, the zygote, the baby. It's a sperm size.
Right.
And we're talking about, and these motherfuckers are up in arms. Now, listen. So you're a murderer, JB. Shut the fuck up.
You know what? It's crazy. When I was young, when I was like ignorant to this, just being real, this is the realest show. Like I used to think a certain way about abortion. Like, you hear abortion, when you don't have the knowledge, you like think, oh, you're just killing the baby. Like when I was younger, I would honestly think that. I'm like, damn, that don't make sense. Why are you? But again, getting older, reading, talking to women, understanding what it is. It's like there's so many situations. Obviously, the sexual assault is the number one thing. That makes zero sense. You're making a woman give birth to a baby who got sexually assaulted. That's insane to me that you would think that. And then number two, again, giving birth is a dangerous thing. I know it doesn't happen as often as it used to back in the days, but that is a danger. Like you are putting your health at risk when you do have a baby. I said it to say this. That's why a woman should be able to decide what they want to do, if they want to have it or not. Because again, they're putting their own health, their own body at risk. And again, in the situation of a sexual assault, there should be no conversation, in my opinion. Like, there should be no argument.
KJ0824. So we're not Christian. Smitty's not Christian, you said. What are you, homie? I'm curious. See, you dumb fucks talk about this Christianity shit. By the way, I know more crooked Christians who have touched little boys and girls than any other motherfucker. But you all want to claim Christianity. I'm Christian, but you know what? I don't go to church. And to me, this is church right here. 3 people. Matt's going to join us in a minute, and we're going to have church. I don't need to go listen to a crooked-ass politician and a fucking crooked-ass pastor try to steal my money and tell me lies, motherfucker, and then go watch him assault a fucking baby, and then you all motherfuckers talk about you're Christian. Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit, motherfucker. How about this is real church right here? This is real church right here. You fake Christian motherfuckers, homie, are the fucking problem in the country. You fake fucking politicians are the problem in this country. It ain't shit about the real motherfuckers, and it ain't right, it ain't left. It's doing what's fucking right all the time. But you motherfuckers don't know that. You think it's because I'm right or left. Get the fuck out of here. You don't have a clue. What up, Matt? We were going to take
What's going on, Matt?
We'll roll right into it.
What up, family? How we doing today?
Doing good. Doing amazing, man. Work boot Wednesday. Your Nuggets are back balling like they like I don't know what happened. I don't know if they drank like some Space Jam juice, but they back playing like they were playing like the Nuggets that we saw all year and last year, man. How you feeling right now in this exact moment about your Nuggets?
I mean, bro, last night was fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. Nikola Jokic put on a damn clinic. Rudy Gobert looked like he got put on spin cycle, homie. Like he was he was throwing his hands up like, what am I supposed to do? I thought that last night's game was a message to everyone. Let's not forget who we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the world champs. They're defending. That, yes, the 2 games that they lost at home were embarrassing, especially the second one. But greatness responds to adversity. Average teams that maybe fall into a title crumble from it. So I think that game last night will project this team forward at an incredible rate of speed that will take them to a defense of their world championship. Those are the best 2 teams in basketball remaining. The Knicks are good. I really like what the Knicks are doing, but they're so up and down. The Knicks are a quality basketball team that can fill it up, but I don't know how they're going to stop the machine that is the Nuggets if they get there. Boston is a good team, but by no means are they great. So I am bullish, confident right now in the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, they took the heart. They took their heart. That's all the bottom line. That's why Smitty and I argue. They took their heart. Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. I thought he was pussy as it gets last night. I thought the motherfucker was soft. That we French shit. This is why I hate these foreign fucks. That's why I think you turned the NBA into a bunch of foreigners. The foreigners have turned this league into a soft pussy league.
The Joker's a foreigner too, right? The best player in the league.
No, that's my point.
So you think Joker's soft? Okay, I was making clear.
No. Joker's not soft, but I'm getting to a point. Like, we used to have 2 or 3 foreign kids or international guys in the NBA back in the day when the league was dominant and physical. Now we have 60% of the league that's foreign. and it has become soft. Let's just keep it real.
60% of the league is foreign. I don't think 60%.
I don't think 60% number one, right? And then number two,
number
a lot of foreign guys are balling, bro. Like, come on, they've made the league better, if anything. Like,
different conversation, homie. Different conversation, though.
I think a lot of the foreign guys are actually trying to play 82 and are like pretty tough. And
don't change the conversation though. I said soft. I didn't say not good. I said soft.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not good. I'm saying they're playing 82 games is kind of a tough badge of honor thing these days. And I don't think they're soft. I think they're bringing a different type of game to the NBA. But I think the American players are softer than the foreigners.
But I'll say this though, last night, right? Rudy Gobert, listen. At the end of the day, man, Jokic is the best player in the league. So Rudy could be a great defensive player and all that, but nobody's stopping the Joker. You might make it difficult, or you might make it whatever. You're not just stopping the Joker. Even game one, like when they lost, and we said the Joker didn't play his best, he had like 33 and 7 and 7. So great players are going to be great, is what I'm saying. You know, like
here's the thing. What I mean is, if you riddle something with a lot of the same thing, the rest of that thing becomes that thing.
Ooh, that's a boring. That's a boring.
Let's just be clear. So when we have a lot of something and over time, it softens the other part of the thing. And I just think Americans have become soft, to Matt's point. I agree with Matt. They are soft because of what we've allowed to infiltrate our once tough league. So I don't believe
the rules, though. More than like, forget who's in the league. It's the rules. The NBA wants it to be an offensive league. They want more possessions. They want their stars to be healthy and on the court. They want to get all the casual basketball fans to come in and spend money on the ticket. It's the rules,
That's
JB.
Not true, homie. The rules said let's have road man. Hold on. Let me cook real quick on this because you guys could have it. You guys could have it.
I don't want it.
The rules said load managing was for the playoffs, so the guys were playing in the playoffs. Yet we have Donovan Mitchell, we have all these motherfuckers, Dave Lillard, Giannis, sitting out. They're not even playing, homie. So the rules say that let's make these rules this way, and now we're seeing what? Load manage, actually, what Matt says every day on this show, not develop callus. We have no callus. We can't get hit anymore because as soon as we get hit, we're out of the game and we're missing superstars in fucking playoff games. Donovan Mitchell set out a fucking third game of a playoffs, homie, when you had fuck the rules. And the rules are catering. And I'll finish with this. The rules are catering to the soft Euros who come into our league being fundamentally sound. We've heard all these coaches come and talk about how fundamentally better they are than Americans. Americans are these athletic, gifted freaks. The Euros actually play less basketball, but more meaningful basketball. They actually learn drills, fundamentals. We're out here just hooping in the hood, banging on each other. And we get into this league now where we're used to playing fucking Kevin Garnett ball. And now we see Euros doing the big, Euro step and finesse and the 7-footers sitting out at 3-point lines, homie, shooting threes, which has created, in my opinion, a soft league. That's my whole point. The rules are the rules. But I'm just telling you, I think it's because of what we've been infiltrated by.
So what should we do? Should we remove all foreigners from the league, or should we?
We've always had foreigners, dog. We always had foreigners. I'm not saying we've always had great foreigners. I wish we'd have had Sabonis back in my day when he was really good before he got hurt. He was one of the best I've ever saw, bro, but he got hurt early. We had great Stojakovic. We had great foreigners. We had Detlef Shrimp. We had great shooters and great players, dog. Like, I'm not saying that the foreigners should not be playing. Of course they should. I'm just saying that the rules catered.
I'm messing with you.
I know, but the rules catered to the fundamentally sound big man coming over here. And when Dirk came over here and was dominating from the perimeter at 7 foot, in my opinion, and I know Shaun King agreed, I think it changed. It changed the game. It allowed you say Steph Curry, I say 7-footer shooting a three changed the game more. And it just allowed guys like Steph Curry, who naturally are better shooters than a 7-footer, just become that great. I think the 7-footer shooter became and pulled the game out, and it took away physicality. Now everyone, because dogs, Matt, you remember, homie, when we were younger, you never heard no 3-4-5 / point forward. What the fuck is that? You were a 5, you were a big man. You stayed your bitch ass in the post. Now we got these guys point center. Well, that's a contradicting fucking term, point center.
But the point center's averaging a triple-double and is an MVP 3 of the last 4 years.
That's what my point is. That's my point. That's what we've turned the league into is what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Point center was developed and allowed to do what he's doing. Like, there was no point center running down the court on Shaq, homie. Let's just
just for my own clarity, are you saying that if the Joker played in a different era that you don't think he'd be as effective? I'm just trying to get overall.
I don't even want to get in that conversation because that's just a whole nother thing. We're going to go back to eras and we're going to have a whole argument because Joker can't go down with Shaq, homie, and Shaq ain't defending him on the perimeter. So
that's true. Those are all facts.
It's a whole argument.
Nothing you're saying is wrong, and I'm not saying it's right, but it definitely isn't wrong. So
it's somewhere in the middle, Matt. We don't know what it is.
That's what I'm saying, though, Matt. Like doesn't that sound crazy? Like you and I are both right and both wrong, or what are we? Like
that's how it works.
That tells you how. That tells you to me. It tells you that there's no real finite
answer.
Direction of the NBA. The NBA's become like a free for all. We got an in-season league. We talk about load managing, Matt, but we add games in the middle of the fucking season to have an in-season tournament, and now we're wondering why we got guys sitting out playoff games. Well, guess what, Adam Silver? You actually added games, and then you took away games by saying you could sit out, fucking load manage, and now you got guys missing fucking playoff games, the most intricate part of the season.
Yeah, the Conley missing and Donovan Mitchell
Lillard
of strains. Now, look, I understand if you break your shit and you're screwed up, you can't play. But if you can, I mean, they're getting up and cheering and they look like
walking
they're not
around.
You're not. You can't tape it up and go like it's the playoffs.
Matt, this is, and I know Smitty and I, we're gonna disagree, but
playoffs.
Matt, here's the slap in the face to me. This is me. If Smitty doesn't agree, and I get it, so it's fine. If Donovan Mitchell plays tonight, though, it's a direct slap in the fucking face of every single player because you're telling me that you can get on a plane, though, fly, which we know what flights do to the body. You can fly to Boston and 2 days later play. You could have fucking played 2 days ago, homie. I'm just keeping it fucking. I'm just gonna keep it real. And if he plays tonight, now if he doesn't play tonight, to me it's a bitch move. Now you just said, fuck it, I conceded. We're losing.
If he doesn't play tonight, I think he's really fucked up.
Right. That's right.
No, I'm the other way.
So hold on, JB. This motherfucker can't win for losing. If he play, your ass should have played last night. If he don't play, you're soft. Ain't no win for Donovan now.
Let's have a real meaningful conversation.
What did he hurt?
He's a
calf, I think.
So he pulled his calf.
Yeah, I think a lot of these NBA players they're having a lot of calf and Achilles injuries, and they're paranoid. I think
he strained it. I mean, I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
What is a strain? What's the difference strain to pull? Get Doc on and ask.
Fuck, I wish I could have fucking missed the games I strained my fucking shit.
Well, I mean, this is kind of the whole difference between football and basketball players, though, too. Like,
again, that's why 30 of them can't play in the NFL.
Sorry. Full circle on these conversations.
And girls can't coach and all that. Yeah. Hey, Smitty. Hey, Matt. Let me ask you, Matt, to have a real conversation, Smitty. I want to
real conversations.
He on fire right now, Chav. Y'all not in here liking this shit.
I'm just sitting back.
Matt, he's been like this from the beginning of the show.
I'm listening. I'm just taking it in.
Take a breath.
I'm just so tired of the Harrison Butker cancel. I'm just so tired of the pussies in America.
What did Harrison Butker do?
We'll get into it right after this. Here's the thing, Matt. If this is my take,
why is Harrison? What did he do?
Well, we'll dive into it.
We'll get to
it. You both say that Donovan Mitchell not playing tonight is a telltale sign he's hurt. I say it's what we call fake ass good boys. I say that this is a perfect opportunity for him not to play to show you that he is letting his guys down in this jersey swap era where nobody's going to hold him to the fire. No one's going to call him out. And he has an opportunity to exit without any friction. Instead of playing, knowing they're going to get their ass whooped and lose tonight, now I said, oh, well, I was hurt, blah, blah, blah. Now it affects in free agency what team he goes to next. Maybe that's his mindset or this and that. I don't see it the way you see it. I think he can play. He's walking around real nicely in a fucking sweatsuit, though. He looks pretty on the sideline. See, if I wasn't hurt, I wouldn't have been there. Because to me, it's a slap in the face.
Well, you can't not go. What do you like? Time out. What do you mean wouldn't have been there? Like you're not going to go to the game because you're hurt?
Or sit somewhere else, dog. You to me,
because then fans would be like, "Oh, he doesn't want to be a part of the team." And he doesn't.
Hey, Matt, I saw that motherfucker. I saw that motherfucker. Mobley had a dunk, and that motherfucker, he did like this in a sweatsuit. Well, yeah, but I was like, "Why aren't you playing, motherfucker? You're running around in a sweatsuit. You can't play."
JB, what do you do, JB? JB, what do you do? One more time. What do you do, JB?
Your running form is incredible.
That motherfucker ran by, homie.
He is on one today, dog.
I'm like,
what? Are you telling me if because he's hurt, he shouldn't sit with his team?
I say he should not be a focal point on the sideline.
What are you doing, Smitty?
Nah, Matt, you agree with what I'm saying? Let me clarify what I said.
I don't care if he sits with the team or not. What the fuck?
No, that's not what I mean. I don't mean that. Let me clarify what I'm talking about.
This fucking pussy's down with his team. Fuck him.
No. I mean, don't be a focal point on TV and show out your team when you're not even playing. I think you should be a quiet assisting guy.
Shut up and dribble.
He's not on FaceTime on IG with like in the middle of the game, like Donovan Mitchell here, hurt as fuck, not playing. Look at me. That's not what he's doing.
Matt, right? Like, man, these dudes suck without me, man. Look at these.
Terrible without Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell says so.
But Matt, let's be real. Matt, let's be real. Let's be real, Matt. Are you hurt or are you injured, dog?
Be real, JB.
Are you hurt or are you injured, Matt? Like, you know damn well that was.
I'm not defending if the guy should be playing.
But we got that question asked to us all the time. Are you hurt or injured?
He should probably play. It's the playoffs. I'm just saying, if he doesn't play again tonight, maybe he's really hurt. That's.
Or maybe
I don't fucking know. I don't know, man. I don't know the answer to this complex question. I don't know.
All right, let me dive into this right here, though. I want to dive into this one, and this is Indiana Pacers. A shot at Smitty's Indianapolis Pacers, real quick. Old school basketball right here. That's what I like. Oh, got him. Oh, yeah, this is old school. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it cracking. Oh, yeah. This is old school. Pacer. Uh-oh, look at the female. Uh-oh, she came out. Oh, push her off. Oh. Yeah, we need more women head coaches in pro basketball and football. He really listened to her. Come on, man. Let's keep it real. She's like, fuck. He didn't even give a fuck about me. Hey, shout out to her going out there, but let's go. Let's be real. This is a man's league. Where are the men coaches and the players at demanding that this shit get stopped? A female ran out there, and this motherfucker didn't even pay her no mind. So is he disrespectful, or is she in the wrong place, is my question to you, before you all call me. All right, before y'all call me crazy and asshole, is she in the wrong place or is he disrespectful? It's only one of the two, homie. Don't give me no
neither.
Don't give me no fucking neither, homie.
Neither now. Nana boo boo. Neither. Nana boo boo.
Neither shit. That soft ass neither shit. There ain't no neither, homie. It ain't two things to be true. This is a female out here who came out there and got pushed by a man. And you're telling me she's in the right place. Get the fuck out of here. Keep it real, Smitty. You can't hide from this, homie. Let's keep it real. Does she belong being the first woman out there in a men fight? Keep it real.
I didn't even notice that it was a female on the floor until you brought it up.
You know, I did.
So that's kind of my point is I didn't even notice there was a woman coach on the floor. I just saw a coach. So
Thank you. JB's looking for shit.
Everyone's getting pushed and Alex Burke is putting his hand in the face, and it was a good physical basketball play, and the assistant coach ran out to try and calm it down. That's all I saw. I didn't even know it was a woman until you brought it up.
And it was no fight. It was no fight. They got face to face. The hands were down. No punches were thrown. They got in face. They got separated. That's what it was.
I like this rivalry. I'm glad Indiana and New York are playing again. They don't like each other. So I remember those, I think they played 6 times in the 2000s in the playoffs or something like that, what I heard last night. So that's big time. So back in the day, this series was
Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, Reggie Miller, Travis Best, Jalen Rose, Dale Davis. There were some guys, Rick Smits. It was serious.
I want it to be a little bit more competitive because they're like blowouts every game. But, the Brunson yesterday dropping 44 and the big white boy center had like 12 offensive rebounds or some shit.
14. I started the show
14,
off. 14.
Yeah, like I hope Game 6 in Indiana is a little bit more competitive from both team perspective.
Yeah,
but I just like seeing this rivalry back. It's a fun series.
Here's my only issue. Later in the game, another issue happened, and she ran out again as the first person. And I'm just sitting there like, if she gets clocked on accident or gets pushed down, it's a bad look, homie. That's my only point. Why isn't a man? There's 6 men assistant coaches over there. Why isn't a man out there? That's all I worry about. It's a fight, Matt. It's not a
Well, then she'll get knocked out, and then she can get up and go sit on the bench. I mean, who gives a fuck?
She'll be all right, JB.
Yeah, like it. I
love how you motherfuckers dismiss it until it happens, and then y'all will be like, "Damn, we should have put the two back in the pace."
If it happened, I would say that sucks. Right. You got hit. Go sit on the fucking bench. Just like if a dude gets knocked out in a basketball fight, which is a bunch of fucking dudes chest bumping. It's far from a fight. But whatever. Like, yeah, I mean, sit on the bench, bitch. Fuck you. Don't run out there. Just sit on the bench. The bench. That's where you belong.
I couldn't even let my woman coach run out there and fight with some men. That's crazy to me.
She didn't run out there and like fucking karate chop somebody, dog. It was
she's
trying to break up a shuffle, like a scuffle. I'm not defending it.
There was no danger. There was no danger right there at all, JB. I'm sorry.
No, the bench. Go to the bench now.
Lonzo Ball said it best years ago. He said, "Man, it's NBA. Ain't nobody gonna fight for real."
Smitty,
one of the best quotes ever.
Smitty, the player that she coaches actually pushed her away. Like, get the fuck off me.
Like you acting like he just fucking pushed her down to
the
like a little.
Y'all get more excuses than an attendance office, boy.
What's the push?
Go back to the bench, dog. What did I do?
Show me the push. Show me the major push.
Right there.
Back to the bench you go, bitch. Now.
So we're arguing over this right here.
Smitty, so you'll let your daughter get pushed by a guy like just dismiss her? Dismiss her? You don't look at her.
We took her hands off.
It don't matter. You don't touch a woman, homie. You don't dismiss a woman like that. It's not even the set. My point is, it's not the setting for her.
That wasn't even like a woman. That wasn't even like a woman thing. That was like whoever's in front of me, watch out. Like man, woman, whoever.
Exactly my point. Why is she there?
Because she's an assistant coach.
God damn. All right.
JB, we'll never agree on this. So I just
know what you want. You will one day.
I don't know what you want to say anymore.
I have a little sister, JB. Like, why do I have to have a daughter specifically for me to understand? Like, as if I don't have any women in my life. Like, I'm not married. Like, I don't have a 16-year-old little sister. Like, I have other women who I care about deeply. I don't want nothing to happen to them. I don't want man putting their hands on them, nothing like that. I'm just saying that right there. I don't look at that. Like Matt said, when that shit happened last night, I wouldn't even like.
Hey, when you
my
have
brain
a daughter,
doesn't work that way.
Remember, when you have a
your
daughter,
head, you find women coaches and
you have a daughter.
Like, look for it.
When you have a daughter, holler back at me and tell me the difference, and that's all. I'll leave it at that. All right, let's move on to some NFL. The schedules are coming out tonight, Matt. There's some schedules out already. We already know that these games right here, the Sao Paulo Brazil game. I hope it's safe. That game right there, Green Bay Eagles. You got the Jets
hope it's safe.
Going over to London and Minnesota. And then let's talk about the first game. Monday night, Aaron Rodgers leads his team out again against Frisco in Frisco. One of his arch nemesis at Frisco. Usually he's all right against Frisco in the regular season. Playoffs is when Aaron Rodgers can't get past Frisco. And then the Chiefs-Ravens. Those two big first games. Expected, right? I guess no big news, huh?
I mean, you don't know who's going to play who and how they're going to open things, but you're hoping. I was hoping for Detroit, San Francisco, Baltimore, Kansas City, Buffalo, Kansas City. Something to get the juice flowing there. The open.
I have heard Detroit. I have heard Rams at Detroit game 1 though. Stafford
that would be kick ass too, especially with Goff getting a huge extension. The Jets going to San Francisco. Just stay healthy and just competitive, clean football game. That's all you want to see. So it's the opening week. No one wins or loses the Super Bowl after week 1, but it is exciting. And Aaron Rodgers, everybody forgets San Francisco had the number 1 pick. They took Alex Smith. Imagine what would have happened if San Francisco takes Aaron Rodgers and he wears a 49er uniform his whole career rather than a Green Bay uniform his whole career. I don't know the answer to that question, but I would think that the underachieving Green Bay Packer franchise, and don't freak out, Packer fans, but you won 1 Super Bowl with Brett Favre and 1 Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, and those guys are both first ballot Hall of Fame players. So you would think that you could probably get more than 1 each. That's all I'm saying. It's like the Colts. They only got 1 with Peyton Manning. I don't know if that's good or bad. Like, it's good that you won, but you'd like to think that you could get 4 or 5 with a guy like Peyton Manning, especially when you see Brady, Mahomes, and Montana and guys that got enough to fill a hand. So, look, the opening weekend of the NFL is always awesome. The NFL understands the power that it has to schedule whoever they want, whenever they want at the beginning of the year. That Thursday night game should be incredible. The Sunday night game should be incredible. Double up Monday night games. I don't know. I'm hearing like Seattle and Denver might open here, which is no one gives a shit. But if Pittsburgh and Denver open and Russell Wilson and Pittsburgh are coming back to Denver to open that's another intriguing game that has a bunch of eyes on it. So the schedule will be out tonight. Tomorrow I'll come on, obviously, and we'll talk about that. Looking at what is actually on paper. Yeah. And then I'm sure we'll be making picks and talking about what we think, this team, that, this team, this. But look, man, we're getting closer and closer each day to football being back, and I can't fucking wait. And it's going to be dope. So, schedule release is always fun. It's always fun to project and, figure out who's going where and so on and so forth. The international games are intriguing, man. They're going all over. It's just a matter of time before every team is playing somewhere, from an international perspective, at least 1 or 2 games a year. It's another reason why they're going to 18 regular season games. I think it's pretty cool. They're going to Brazil. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I know Brazil may not be the safest place in areas, but I'm sure it'll be fine for the players. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be really fucking cool. It's going to be a great year.
We did this yesterday with Tank and Shaun on Monday, but I want to dive into going into the season, how the season ended last year into a projection this year. Smitty and I played a little game. I want to play it with you just to get your takes on Smitty and I's takes. A top 5 overrated and a top 5 underrated organization going into the season, NFL organization. We did college football on Monday, which we'll have to do with you on Friday. But I want you to see Smitty's overrated list and then my overrated list and give us your teams you would throw in there.
Oh, man. You want this now, or are you going to give me some time to actually do it?
No. Just dissect ours. Just talk about ours, and then talk about
current overrated teams. I mean, Dallas has to be in the top 5. Obviously, I would put the Packers in there, but I like where they're headed moving forward.
Same here.
I put the Niners in there. I mean, they're a good team, but I've been saying this year in and year out, when they actually take the quarterback position as seriously as they take all the other positions, instead of just kind of falling into situations, actually putting the work in to maximize the situation. They'll win Super Bowls, but Garoppolo is the reason they didn't beat Kansas City the first time. And I've watched this Kansas City San Francisco Super Bowl probably 30 times. All right. Brock Purdy misses so many damn open throws, 2 specifically for huge touchdowns that would have just absolutely blown the doors off the game. So I think he's the reason they lost this Super Bowl too, along with some play calling things. So other than that, Miami, it's an easy to throw them in. The Jets are easy to throw in there. I think the Browns are easy to throw in there. We'll see what they can do with Deshaun Watson at the helm, not Super Joe. Look, man, there's so many teams that have so much to prove. And it seems like damn near everyone has a big money, big name quarterback. But is that guy worth the money, and is the name driving him rather than the production? I know the way Coach JB would feel about that. So
on my list, Matt, I told Smitty I couldn't have the Bears or the Falcons on an overrated list because they haven't done shit. To me, they're not on any list. I don't believe they've really deserved the right to. I just think they're a team that, they're not overrated. I don't think we expect much from either one of those teams is my point. That's why I would have them probably on a no list.
And for my defense, the reason why I had them on there was more so the offseason kind of hype around both teams. Obviously with Caleb Williams going to the Bears and them getting, Keenan Allen, and they got all these, Roman Duse in the draft. They got Swift at running back. Just, you're hearing a lot of hype around who the Chicago Bears could potentially be. And they're kind of similar with the Falcons. You added Kirk Cousins there. You look at all the offensive pieces he has. So that's why I threw them on there. But let's check out JB's list, overrated.
So my overrated list is I got the Saints because we hype them up every year. And I want to start off, and we'll just go through the list. Buffalo, to me, I debated them being one with the Cowboys. The Buffalo Bills every year. The last 2 years, Matt, the Buffalo Bills have been the favorite to win the Super Bowl.
That's true.
We continue to see them flounder every single year. And I don't know how they got better this offseason, but we still are going to talk about them. They didn't. And I think that we're talking about them the same light as if they did. And so I just think they're continually overrated. And the Dallas Cowboys, we all know, is just a team that needs to shit or get off the pot, especially with a quarterback contract expiring, and they have to shit or get off the pot with him. And I think this is the end of Dak Prescott this year. He would have to win a Super Bowl, in my opinion, to keep him. Here's my underrated, Matt, and I'll show you Smitty's next. My underrated is because I think this guy's always underrated. Mike Tomlin's underrated every year. He gets more out of less than any other coach in football, in my opinion. And I think that this team, the offseason moves, the draft, and then even with the upgrade, I'm just telling you, they're a playoff team or above 500 team with small hands Pickett. I couldn't imagine what they're going to do with Russell. So yeah, and they got better up front, Matt, on both sides. And to go with TJ Watt, I think they're going to be a much improved team, and I think they're the team. And I think I got the Jets as underrated this year as going into this season. Like last year, we thought they were overrated. This year, I think they're underrated because of the additions they made. And if that guy can stand straight up and be vertical all year long and not get hurt, we know how good he is. That team, sky's the limit, in my opinion. I think a lot of people are writing them off, is why I have them as underrated this year. So, and I like the Raiders as underrated, Matt. The way the season ended for them, beating the Chiefs, last team to beat the Chiefs, contrary to belief, a team that I think bought into AP. And then I like Aiden O'Connell for at least a year. I like what they did with the tight end draft. I like what they did up on the D-line to go along with Max Crosby. I think that defense is going to even be much more daunting. And I think you can get a 12 personnel and isolate Devontae Adams with a young quarterback and say, here, there's only a corner out there. There's no flat defender, bro. He's in the box on the 12 personnel tight end. Let's isolate Devontae, run the football with that big jacked up running back they got. And I think this is AP recipe that he won with Tom Coughlin in New York with. And I think he's living that dream as the head coach. So that's my team. Smitty's underrated is I don't agree with the Chargers because I don't believe they're underrated at all. I think they're overrated. but we'll see. Smitty, go ahead and discuss.
I'm a big hardball guy, man, and I'm a big Herbert fan. I was wrong on the Chargers going into last year, but I think with Harbaugh being there and his systems and bringing that to the NFL, back to the NFL with the Chargers, I think that they're going to be very successful. I think a lot of people are sleeping on them because talent-wise on paper, they don't look sexy. They lost Mike Williams, they lost Keenan Allen. It's like, okay, what's there like at the receiver position specifically or weapon-wise that's going to truly put them to the next level? I just believe in Harbaugh. Everywhere he's went, he's been successful. So that's why I'm there with him. Pittsburgh Steelers, I agree with you on them, and the Texans, kind of the same reason why you have them listed. The Colts, yeah, you say I'm a homer. I got my Colts goggles on. That's fair. I'll wear them. But at the same time, you look at the Colts roster. You look at how the season went even last year. And they're a game away from making it to the playoffs. So I just think the Colts are going to be a true competitor in that AFC South. And then the Rams. I think the Rams, man, shocked the world last year, man. I think we just assumed it was going to be a rebuild year because they had a lot of young cats. But they still they competed, made the playoffs. Obviously, they lose AD, but they had a hell of a draft here where they drafted some really good depth of the D-line position. Obviously, you can't replace Aaron Donald, but you can at least kind of try to fill the void as best way you can. Still got Matthew Stafford there. He's healthy. Puka Nacua going into his second year. Hopefully Cooper Kupp can be healthy, And obviously you got Sean McVay, leading everything. So I feel really good about the Rams as well.
And Matt, since we put you on the spot today, Matt, I want to get into your brain about some teams that no one's talked about.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys just tell me you're doing this, I can put together a list. That would be dope.
Yeah. We'll do that on Friday. But I want to ask. I know
we did this a couple of days ago or yesterday.
Yeah.
Maybe just researching the thing. So you was on the show yesterday. So he just brought it on here.
Matt, your segment. We're gonna have a segment with you Friday. This was last Monday, and we just bringing it back up to you because we have you back on. I want to ask you about some teams in particular that I want to ask you about. I want to ask you about the New York Giants. I want to ask you about the Cleveland Browns. I want to ask you about the Seattle Seahawks. Would you put them as overrated or underrated, those three?
The Giants, the Browns, and the Seahawks?
Yeah, just spitball. There's a few other teams I have on the list, but
I mean, I already said the Browns at the beginning that I think they're probably a little overrated, or I can't remember if it's overrated or underrated because I'm not looking at the fucking list because I have never been doing this. But I look, the Browns, it's going to be hard to match next year. They were more successful with Flacco than they were with Watson. But Watson on paper is definitely a better player. So you got to figure out that, that give and take with what's going on in Cleveland. Can Deshaun Watson actually lead the team, or is he just a massive distraction? The Giants... the Giants are paying $45 million to a guy who can't play dead in a cowboy movement, bro. So it's you got to look at I don't even think they're rated. The Giants are in a total if Daniel Dimes can figure out a way to play serviceable football, they have a chance to be a playoff team like he did 2 years ago. If he holds the ball and they can't protect the passer, and they were god fucking awful last year trying to protect the passer. I mean, 80 plus sacks, the most given up in NFL history. If that's the road they take, he won't make it through week 6, and they'll be in the same damn position they are right now. So they didn't pick tackles and they didn't pick quarterbacks in the draft. So they must know something we don't know. They didn't try and replace Dimes. They're rolling with his ass and his $45 fucking million. So, bro, that one's tough. And then the Seattle, I like Howell more than I like Geno Smith. I think getting Howell is an underrated move. I think as a quarterback, I think he's a hell of a player. If you look at it, Geno went in there and did a good job post Wilson. But again, once they got a book on homeboy, they kind of figured him out, and he wasn't as good last year. Even though you're saying, well, you've had a book on Geno, he's been in the league for 10 years. Yeah, but he hasn't really played as much. So it was kind of like he came out of nowhere, had a good year and a half, and then they started figuring out what he's struggling with, and, he struggled. So I think Howell maybe has more upside in Seattle than Geno does when you're looking at the future. But new coach, new quarterback, new system. We'll see what happens with the Seahawks moving forward. They're in an extremely competitive division. I mean, that division is pretty deep. So
you guys think Sam Howell's probably is going to start day one?
I would say that Gino probably has the upper leg going in.
Yeah.
But I would probably think that by the end of it, I bet you Howell is either the starter week 1 or by the middle of the season, he's the guy.
Got you.
Where would you put Baltimore, and where would you put Baltimore? Let's single them out. Over or under rated?
I think they're rated exactly where they should be. I mean, they're the defending Northern champion. They got the defending MVP. They're going to be an excellent football team. They're going to be in the thick and thin of it. They're not overrated because they're projected to be good, and they're definitely not underrated. I mean, they're a good team. I think they're being fairly rated. How does that they're fairly rated instead of just over or under.
Let's move to your neck of the woods. Where would you put the Broncos? And I want to move out east where we talked about the other day with Dan Quinn. Where would you put the Redskins? Commanders.
The Broncos are the worst team in football. There
you have it.
The Broncos will have the first pick.
You think they're worse than the Panthers?
Yeah.
Really?
I do.
At least the Panthers are kind of, you would assume they're on a little bit on the ride. You know what I mean? Second year, Bryce Young.
The Panthers had their draft the first pick, sucked, unimaginably terrible season, fire everybody. I think the Panthers, they're not going to be great by any means, but they're going to be better than the fucking Broncos. The Broncos, and I even think Bo Nix has a chance to be pretty good, but the rest of their team, the whole offensive line's leaky. Most of those guys will not be coming back, so they know that. They're all on one-year contracts. Cortland Sutton already wants out. He didn't show up to the mini camp. He was the only guy not to go greet and meet the new quarterback. So he's super disgruntled and wants out. They have no running game. I mean, there's no depth on the offensive line. There's no depth really anywhere. Let's be real. You've got Bo Nix learning, but from Stidham and the now Mile High Milf Hunter, so that there's not going to be a whole lot of give and take between veterans and the rookie in the fucking meeting room. Let's be real. And then defensively, they got some dudes. I mean, Surtain's a stud, but losing Justin Simmons hurts, and I think they'll be middle of the road on defense, but it won't matter because they won't be able to score. So, I think Denver's going to be poo-poo, to say the least. And then Washington with Jaden Daniels, I mean, I guess you have to look at everything that goes on in Washington rather than just the football team. Like, the stadium is falling apart. They have new ownership that hates the name. The fucking fan base hates the name and wants another rebrand. They're always talking about something other than fucking football in Washington.
Right.
The head coach needs to be fired because there's a fucking feather on the W. Instead of paying homage to the old teams, let's fire the coach because there's a feather on his shirt. That's what they're worried about in Washington. So,
hey, let me ask you a Washington question though.
And all the idiots who have a problem with that, just go fucking watch table tennis or something, man. Can you stop fucking with our game, please? You son of a bitch.
Let me ask you something on the Washington front. Do you give them a transformation period, of extension of time, because they did get rid of a shit owner in Daniel Snyder? Do you think that they have a time with the new ownership group, Magic, and all these different people that maybe it takes time on organizations. They had shit water running down on people. I mean, it's a shithole, right? Do you think that they understand this, and in a couple of years you may see a reputable organization where people actually want to go play?
I mean, money sets the table. If you pay people enough, they'll go play there. But you can't deny that there's a lot of extracurricular shit that doesn't have anything to do with football going on in Washington. And you have to deal with all the distractions. If you're going to deal with all the bullshit in Washington, then I guess you have something to overcome, and that adversity is just built in. But there's a reason they're not successful, and they never are. and there's always something going on. It's because it's a shit show of an organization. Even with Schneider there or not, the stench of Dan Schneider's not been washed off yet, and it won't be washed off until they get rid of the commander's name. And honestly, I think they should just double finger the left and all these soft motherfuckers that want it changed and go back to the Redskins name. That's what I think they should do.
I think first things first, right? We got to go back and let's address the name. Let's get the fucking name of the organization that's on the front of
name it the Hogs or the Red Tails and pay homage to Sea Airmen or something. Like, do something other than just naming it after the commanders, the guys that you hired to go kill the Indians. Let's name it after them instead of the Redskins. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Wild. Let me ask you about this take right here. RG3 was finally fired by ESPN, and Jason Kelsey is going to replace him. Like that move?
Is this for real?
Yeah, it happened.
It is a serious thing.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I think Kelsey will be good on Monday Night Football. Yeah, I mean, Robert Griffin talks like he's fucking the best quarterback that's ever played. So I just wish he could be a little bit more just aware of the fact that it's pretty hard. I think Kelsey will come in there and do a good job. Yeah, if they got rid of Robert Griffin III, it's a step in the right direction. God, he sucks.
Yeah, I agree. I got to ask you before you leave, though, and Smitty had something for you, but I want to ask you, if you're Denver picking first next year, do you take Shedeur first as the owner?
Oh, no, you just took Bo Nix.
Okay, I was going to ask you because you can't.
I mean, look, I got timeout. If Bo Nix falls flat on his face and is just like 5 touchdowns, 20 picks, and they're 1-16, and like he is just dog shit. Like,
but to be fair, that would be back to your original point of an organization failing by the draft.
Oh yeah, that would be a monumental fail from top to bottom, from the Walmart owners to the fucking equipment guy. Everybody failed on this one,
right?
But I will look, if that happens, then yeah, man, you could easily pick another quarterback in the first round and move forward. That's why the bonus babies have been eradicated and shit. The Cardinals did that with Rosen and Murray. So it's not as if they can't do it. I don't think they will. I don't think Bo Nix is going to be that bad of a player. They have to build around him. It's one of the reasons why I kind of wanted them to trade back and accumulate picks and just kind of suck and then pick a quarterback next year. But they wanted to pick the quarterback this year and suck and build that way. So yeah, I mean, look, man, I also thought Houston was going to be dog shit last year too, and they were fucking incredible with a rookie. So I guess anything is possible. It's just a matter of how the team is going to adjust to all this. But I don't know if right now would I pick Shedeur in Denver after they just picked Bo Nix? No, probably not.
Let's dive into this right here before you get out of here. Let's dive into this before you leave. NBC primetime game, Nebraska, Colorado, 5:30 p.m. Mountain, which would be 4:30 here. West Coast, 7:30 East. Prime time as it gets. You like that right there as a kickoff game?
Fuck yeah, I like
Hell
that.
yeah.
I mean, shit, man, this is the second week for the Buffs. They open with North Dakota State, which that scares the shit out of me. That's not a cakewalk, so you better take them boys seriously. But look, going to Lincoln is going to be awesome. I was there on the sideline the last time they went in 2018, and LaVisca had that great catch from Montez in the right corner to win the game. You know, CU's 3-0 in the last 3 against Nebraska, so it's been a long time since they've beaten the Buffs, and CU's walking in there cocky and ready to go, and Nebraska is hungry and ready to go. So, this game is going to be fucking intense as shit, bro. And it's going to have the feeling of the old school rivalry that it is. So it's the last time we play for a while. So I think it's going to be a fucking incredible atmosphere and incredible game.
Yeah, I feel like that game is going to be about bragging rights. Like you said, last time playing each other for a while. So bragging rights, prime time, literally. Everyone's going to be watching it. I'm excited. I can't wait. Like seeing the schedule just like you said, just makes you just a little bit more eager for football to just come along. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, for real.
You get
that Thursday, they got the Thursday night opener on ESPN, which is national. They go NBC week 2, and I guarantee you the third week when they play CSU, that game's going to be national too. I mean, come on,
you
dog.
got to, because last year you got to.
Last year's like damn near brawl on the field. That's happening. So I can only imagine that'll be a night game too on national TV. So
as long as Colorado is winning, they're going to try to get as many prime time game national televised games as possible, as long as they're winning.
But I'm telling you, man, that target is on them. So you better be ready up in Boulder, because the entire country is gunning for your ass.
Hey, Matt, before you get out of here, Matt, give us your takes tonight. Colorado Avalanche, they play. I'm just fucking with you. Give me your Celtics Cavs winner, and give me your Thunder Mavs winner.
I'll take this. Well, Mitchell's not playing probably, so I'll take the Celtics, and I'll take the Mavs. I thought the Mavs would have, they were up by 10 the other day and they kind of blew it. But I'll take the Mavs over the Thunder. I think that series is going 7.
Smart man.
I think the Mavs fucked up, man. That momentum is a motherfucker. That young athletic team going back to OKC, they were down in the dead to rights. Mavs had a chance to go up 3-1. I think it was a huge blow. I think the Thunder take full advantage. I think the Thunder win tonight. And then the Celtics, I think, wrap it up. It is what it is, with or without Donovan Mitchell. At home, it's over. The Celtics want the rest to get ready for a beaten-up Knicks team or an experienced Pacers team. I just think they want the rest, and that's my take. But what do I know? We'll get on. I'll see you Friday, Matt. We'll have some segments. We'll shoot you tomorrow, so we'll get you graphics for.
Let's do tomorrow. The schedule's out tomorrow, so let's do tomorrow as well.
I think we're loaded though on our. We got all these fucking people on Thursday.
Well, that sucks because I'm better than all of them, so you should definitely have me on over them. Fuck them.
Let me see what time's tomorrow. 7? We actually could fit them in at 7. It'll be all guests. We could have you on at 7 at 8 o'clock your time.
Far out.
Normal time. Yeah, come on.
We'll talk about the post show.
Yeah. We'll text you. We'll DM you. We'll text you. We'll send you something. Wire, pigeon.
Hey, just anything. You just give me the information, and I will give you information.
I'll page you.
Page me. There you go. Page me what you want me to talk about, and then I'll be ready to talk about it. Cool.
Smitty was fucking shit.
That sounds like a great idea.
If Smitty had a pager, he couldn't fucking move and operate in this fucking world.
Just get back to me. My phone number *911 *911 *69.
What's 143 mean? That means I love you. See, Smitty don't know all the codes. All right, Matt, I'll see you on tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Peace. Smitty, I got to take a piss like a Russian racehorse, and then I got to come back and cook the crowd, cook the fans, cook you.
You've been cooking all show. I've been sitting back letting you do your thing. You've been since before the show started. You was pissed off. You was yelling and cussing, and you've been on fire all day. I don't know what's going on.
I don't even remember, and I haven't even taken 5-hour energy or nothing.
Somebody said you got some good AE last night, and that's what they think what it is.
Nah. I've been solo dolo last couple of days, just chilling.
That's probably better for you. They say when you have a build up, you actually we think more clearly. We're more focused, laser focused. So could be what it is.
We're gonna come back though and discuss the latest here at home in LA with the Lakers and their hiring process. They have hired Coach K, a college guy who's coached NBA players in Olympic games, but never has coached in the NBA, to consult an NBA team to hire an NBA coach. Make it make sense. And then I got to take make it make sense. Take for your ass. We'll be back in 5 minutes. I agree with you. What? Man,
Man, so Pat's good friends with Trump. I saw a video the other day. He was out there in Jersey, and fucking Trump walked in with a red tie, and Pat's like, how fucking strong is that? And I was dying laughing, man. Pat sent me the video. I'm going to be going to Boston with Pat next week or a couple weeks here for the live deal. But you got a good relationship with him, huh?
Daddy Trump, I love him. He's been like a dad to me. You know, it's amazing how if people, you know, it's that old saying, if you don't know somebody, then shut up about them. And,
no shit.
He's one of the greatest human beings. The family's one of the greatest families I've ever met in my life. And, you know, what he's going through right now is just crazy. Our country was in such great shape when he was there for 4 years, and now look at it.
Yeah, no doubt. Fucking Biden's son's on the Air Force One today, and Trump shit got raided. I just look at it like, holy shit, are they setting a precedent to do this shit to any and everybody here in the future? Because if you can raid a former president, which has never happened ever, they fucking better find some shit, or we're gonna be fucked.
They're not gonna find anything on Daddy Trump. He's one of the most honest human beings I've ever known. I mean, yeah, so he's had some bad business deals, but who doesn't? You know what? He's come out strong. He's got great golf courses where the Live's probably going to make their home.
Yep.
Which I don't blame Daddy Trump for when they kind of kicked Doral out to Cadillac, and it wasn't Cadillac's fault. But
yeah,
I don't know. I can't understand why people are going after him so hard when he did such an amazing job for 4 years for our country.
Well, look at, you know, people depict, you know, perception's reality. I'm sure me and you can probably relate better than anybody how fucking people, you know, think how we are when they've never met us in their life. So, you know, I find it crazy how people doing jobs that, you know, have no idea on what we do as a coach or a golfer, and then being a professional golfer, the top 150 in the world or whatever it is, to get a card, and then they're going to sit there and talk about whoever, you know what I mean? Like, oh, John Daly shot at 80, but he's one of one. Like, people don't get that shit. Like, Coach Brown, you're an asshole, but you don't know me. You know what I mean? So they've never met Trump. They never met any of these people. They always want to talk about it, but you know, it is what it is. I mean,
well, for you, I mean, not getting paid what you probably deserve to get paid, taking care of those kids that are academically struggling from either Division I or even in Division II, that, you know, and you're doing your job trying to get them academically ready. And then once they do that and they're playing great and they're healthy, they leave, and you got to start over again. You've got one of the toughest jobs I've ever seen in my life, and I enjoyed watching it. Let me tell you something. I couldn't keep my eyes off of it. You're freaking awesome, dude. I love you.
So listen, you won 2 majors, 5 PJ wins, and you got 20 wins total or something like that as far as the whole professional tour. You got 20 wins, I think.
All over the world. I don't know. I don't keep up with it.
Yeah,
I don't win.
So
let's put it this way, Coach,
man?
If you had that record, you never would be coaching.
Hey, you know what though? I equate it to baseball, man. You know, these hitters come up, and these greatest hitters of all time, they bat whatever 320, 310. But if you really look at it, it's really 0.31% because they take so many bats and they give these high rankings. And I'm just like, dog, baseball players really have a shitty hit to strikeout ratio, but 300 is actually considered good. And it's funny how perception's reality, man. How was winning that first tour, man? You come out as a youngster. I remember watching it, man, as a youngster on TV. And I was our fan right away. I was like, this guy's different. He's the fucking, the Adam Sandler of professional golf. When that movie came out, you were the guy that brought entertainment. But what was that like as a youngster winning that first thing, and everyone's finding out, okay, this guy's just not a long ball guy. He can play.
It was, I tell you what, it was like a blur. You know, I didn't get a practice round, so I went right in there, got in there at 2 a.m. because I didn't know if I was going to get in the tournament. And next thing I know, I'm in the tournament and win the damn thing. And I didn't know what to expect. And the funny thing is, I found out it's a 10-year exemption on the tour and then 5 years in the majors, lifetime in the PGA.
Wow.
And I go, if I'd have known that teeing up Sunday, I would have shot 95. Thank God I didn't know that.
Hey, that's funny how that shit works. That's serious shit, man. The same shit's happened to me, man. I'm like, shit, that is a psychological killer right there. So
What's going on? We are back, y'all, and we got some good news, man. We got a new brand partner for the month of May. Shout out to Rebet. Rebet is a first of its kind social sports book. You can use Rebet coins for a free and fun betting experience while building up your status. Rebet has a sweepstakes model where you can redeem real rewards with your Rebet cash. They even have an easy-to-read lines that will help you bet like a pro. Over 60 major sports leagues, 3,000 diverse betting markets, and you can share your bets with your friends. Welcome to sports betting made social. Go download the Rebet app right now, today, and start betting like a pro. Rebet, y'all. That's where it's at, baby. Bring JB back on.
Rebet. We got another betting app. We got all of them. I want all of them. I want MGM next. I want DraftKings, FanDuel. I want all the motherfuckers. Fuck it.
Let's do it. Winnable. We got everything.
Hey, winnable. Every betting.
We got winnable prize picks, bet online, Rebet. If they gonna pay us, we gonna do it.
We got a lot. we got Winnable. Winnable is not a betting app though. Winnable is just a third-party conglomerate that hosts bettors. So be clear, they're not a book.
Yeah, it's actually way different. So Rebet is a platform you go on, and like it's almost like a social media where you can bet with your friends, and like you can kind of showcase, hey, what you just bet on. You can like retweet. It's called Rebet. So like if you see like a bet that one of your friends made, you want your followers to see, you can do that. It's kind of like a gamified experience. Where Winnable is like, nah, you're subscribing to see what the other professionals are betting on to help improve your chance of winning money. It's a little different.
Yeah. Speaking of John Daly, JD was on my show. Obviously, we talk quite frequently. I just texted him right now. He texts me back. I swear to God, he texts me back, and he's great. He is like Pat Perez's big brother. We'll say that. Those two are like this too. We get to hang out when we can together. One of the greatest humans you ever be around, and he fits who I am to a T. But this is yesterday, as he just stated on the commercial. He's an exempt for life, basically, because he won the PGA Championships this weekend, and he's playing in it as well as some other live golfers. But he's out there with a heater warming up, unlike any other golfer. Man, he could give a fuck less. Marking his ball, getting ready to go. So JD's is classic, man. Unbelievable. But I want to dive into something, Smitty. I want to dive into your girl right out the gate. Pause. I want to dive into your girl, Caitlin Clark. Your performance. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched the game.
All right. So give me your assessment. I did not watch it. Give me your assessment of her, and I'll take your word for it. I saw the highlights. It looked like college to me. It looked like she thought she was a one-man band, and that's why I think she had 10 turnovers. I thought she forced everything. She was bad from the perimeter. She got 6 free throws, so, she got to the line, and she hit all of them. First game, though, but I don't watch women's basketball like that, so, it is what it is for me. But I understand the hype. I saw what she brought to the arena. But I guess my question, did she live up to the billing of the hype?
I mean, I guess probably not, but that's because the hype is incredible right now. But at the same time, real athletes, people who actually played sports for real at a high level,
so hold on,
did not expect her to come out there and drop 40 points in game one. Now, if she did, cool. But it's game one. I thought she played okay. Started off slow, missed like her first 4 shots, and then finally, got an easy layup in, and she drove to the basket and started to slowly, get into the game. She was not a one-man band at all. She was not playing selfish out there. She wasn't out there just chucking up 3-point shots. The 3-point shots that she took were all pretty like good attempts for the most part. Just again, this is a young team that hasn't made the playoffs. The Fever ain't made the playoffs in years. Just had the number 1 pick last year. And
are they shitty? They're a shitty team.
They're
right here?
shit. Yeah, well, that's how you get a number 1 pick because you're shitty.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about them.
1 pick last year with Aaliyah Boston, who was the rookie of the year. So they're building and they have a good foundation of where they can get to. But this is not like a great team. And they played against a really good team who had a lady, and I can't remember her name right now, but she was like 2nd or 3rd in MVP votes last year. So they're playing as a really legitimate team in the Connecticut Sun. They got Tasha Harris over there, who's one of the best 3-point shooters in the game. So again, it's just a game that they lost against a better, more experienced team. I think she just had Kayla had a lot of turnovers just because the pace is new. One thing that she has to get better at, which she's admitted even before the season starts, she has to get stronger, so she can be able to embrace some of that contact a little bit better. And I just think as the season goes and they get more comfortable as a unit, as a team, you got new teammates, you got some new speed. You got to think over like a month and a half ago, she's in the NCAA tournament playing for Iowa. The turnaround is crazy when it comes to women's basketball. So the turnovers is going to be something that happens because you're just not in fully sync with your teammates. She'll get better at that. She still dropped 20 points first game as a rookie, which I'm not mad about. So I'm cool. I'm super excited about it. I saw enough flashes that keeps me feeling good and optimistic about it.
Yeah, I don't know. D. Jones, I don't know that they were bad. I don't know who the Fever are. Never heard of them. And I don't give a fuck. So I'm sorry that I didn't know they got 2 picks in a row. All right, so let's dive into it. Make it make sense real quick, please.
Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house. Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house. Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house. Without a doubt.
Yeah. Make it make sense. Doug Gottlieb has become the new head coach at the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. Smitty, is this the new Deion Sanders of college basketball? Media personality turned coach. He has 0 coaching experience. His only coaching experience at all was a small role in 2009 under Bruce Pearl at the Maccabi Games for Team USA. As an Oklahoma State player turned ESPN analyst, later worked at CBS and with Smitty at Fox. After his college career, had some interesting highs and lows as he started at Notre Dame, but stole players' credit cards and was booted right out the gate and ended up enrolling at Oklahoma State. I remember Doug well. The moral of this story is this. Yesterday, Big Smitty, I was told by a good friend that had a conversation with another good friend who happens to be a Division I Power 5 head coach right now about me. He said JB is unhireable because of the show and how Netflix depicted him, even though he knows that I'm the best recruiter, best offensive mind he knows, is what he said. Yet he still can't hire me. Make it make sense. The other friend in the conversation said, I call bullshit. And there are people such as Art Briles, Doug Gottlieb, and so many others who actually have done criminal acts and are coaching now. And JB has 0 record, loves the kids love him, and yet you just told me he has all these great things but still won't hire him. Hypocrisy at its finest. It irks me that the man talking about me is a guy that I put on who's now a Division I head coach, FYI. Make it make sense, Smitty. I want you to dive into this one. Is Doug Gottlieb the new Deion Sanders? 0 coaching experience. 0 coaching experience. He has very little coaching experience at a minor league level, coaching with Bruce Pearl. Go ahead.
No, I don't think. No, I don't think. First of all, I don't think. I understand why you're asking the question. I don't think anybody's the Deion, first of all, or the new Deion, especially Doug Gottlieb. He doesn't have that clout to be a Deion. Just throughout his career, is a really, really good, college basketball player. Knows the game for sure. Obviously, shout out to Doug. I know Doug. He knows me. Shout out to him. On opportunity. Wish him the best. But yeah, I just think we are in an era now though where I think every coaching is leaning towards more young people, number one, and 2, they're leaning towards a little bit more of popularity as well. I think it plays a little bit of a role, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's, you don't have to necessarily have 10 years of coaching experience to get an opportunity now. You don't need to have that if you played the game and you can speak on it. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later with JJ Redick potentially being the Lakers head coach, which is another example of this, though. If you're a guy who played the game, knows the game mentally, then organizations, universities, colleges will be willing to potentially give you an opportunity. Obviously, I know you brought you up. Your situation is just fucked up. There's no other way to really say it. There's no way around it. It's just kind of messed up situation. But I don't want to take away from people who are getting opportunities now, because it could come off as jealousy. I'm not saying you're jealous. I'm just saying it could come off like, damn, I'm over here. I coached for all this time. I'm a proven coach. I'm a proven great recruiter. Did all this and that, and they're giving Doug Gottlieb, a guy who's never done it, a head coach job. They're giving Deion Sanders, a guy who never coached a head coaching job. So when it can come off as like jealousy when you see that. Not saying
only to the naysayers, casuals, and dick riders, though, that don't ever know what this is. They don't know what coaching is. They don't know what the true finite detail position entails. And this is what I mean. I say these guys are coaching and getting these jobs without any prior experience for one reason only. I really don't give a fuck that they got the job. I care that the kids are the ones now having to get coached by a guy that just don't know what he don't know. How is that beneficial to players and college kids that we are trying to prepare for the NBA and the NFL? We've seen Juwan Howard fell miserably. A great player. We've seen one of the greatest players that I witnessed in my career, life growing up, Penny Hardaway, absolutely become horrific at coaching young people. I have seen the Mike Singletaries at the highest level fell miserably, and we know how great of a player he was. This is the issue I have. It isn't about the job they get. It's about what kids and who they affect. They are affecting kids that we are calling for. Man, we want the right mentor in my kid's life. As a mother, as a father, I want someone to come in and teach my son how to become a professional. And I want to, you're hiring dudes that have never done it before. How can we be this blinded? How can we be this ignorant by saying that just because he's a player and this is the business, he deserves to coach? Listen, Tank Johnson said it. You say it. I just was never going to agree, because until you coach, in my opinion, you actually have a full-on bond with the other player, which is our blood life. Doug Gottlieb's going to take this job to get his foot in the door. It's Wisconsin, Green Bay, homie. It's not fucking Duke.
Right. He's
going to take this job when the time's right, Smitty. He is now, he can't give a fuck about Green Bay's kids. He's out of there, and he's going to.
I disagree with that. I think coaches care about the kids, but this is also your career. This ain't a charity event. Like, you cannot tell me with a straight face that if you never got blackballed, you would have just stayed at JUCO forever. No, you wouldn't. You know good and damn well if fucking a big D1 would have called up and was bringing that money and gave you opportunity to be a head coach, you was going. That's the name of the game. My head coach is at Ball State. Ball State's a smaller Division I MAC school. Came there. We had 2 really good years. Damn near all the staff leveled up and left. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the business.
I'm on record saying I would never have left.
So you would stay at JUCO the rest of your life?
Yes, I said it on the show. Everyone that knows me knows that I'm as JUCO gets. There's a reason why I was there.
Well, you are a different breed compared to most coaches. Then you're a completely different.
I am, but here's why though.
You're a one-on-one. Is what I'm trying to say.
Let me be clear what I'm saying. If USC called me as the head coach, I'm leaving. Yes.
Okay, that's what.
But I knew I wasn't getting a head coaching job. I turned down position coaches at D1 jobs to stay as a head coach of a JUCO. So I'm
talking about head coach though.
But I knew that was never happening. So unless you become an assistant, you're not getting that job. So that's why I knew that I was more effective with my role as a head coach of a JUCO to get the best players in America. There's 11 or 12 kids on that show are in the NFL right now. I had that opportunity. I would never go be an assistant.
But for clarity, though, you are admitting that hypothetically, if you were giving head coaching opportunities,
Head.
Okay, so
That
going back
wouldn't
to
happen.
the Doug Gott leaves or whatever, and you said, well, it's a stepping stone. As soon as he has opportunity to leave, he's gonna leave,
Smitty,
like every coach does.
You always jump over the point. Doug Gottlieb ain't coached nobody yet. You're missing the point. I was a head coach for 20 years.
Cool
This
then.
guy's
So
never
okay then, but the
coached.
only way you get another opportunity is if you perform well. So if he does not coach well, he'll get fired and he won't get another opportunity. But if he does get another opportunity,
But
that's because
why-
he has proven that he coached well in the first place.
Yeah. But why do we sacrifice our babies for a fucking dude that's never coached? That's my
Why are
question.
you saying like?
Because Doug, someone's kids is getting affected by this motherfucker who's never coached. Somebody's players are playing for him.
But there's
Your
coaches that
kid-
coach that are bad.
But hold up, your son, my son, somebody's at Wisconsin Green Bay and then just inherited this motherfucker that's never coached. Let's just keep it funky.
But Jamie, you
So,
know
are
coaches
you-
that
are
coach
you-
for a long
are
time
you-
who still ain't good coaches.
Yeah, but are you checking your kid out or are you allowing him to play for a guy that's never coached? Let's keep it funky, homie. Keep it real.
It depends on the person. I can't just answer that question straightforward like that.
Everybody in the chat blows my mind. Gee Whizzle, shut the fuck up, dog. Do you understand?
Y'all argue every day.
Somebody gave me my first opportunity. I was a coach, assistant coach, dog. I earned the right. I earned the opportunity. And I moved up the pecking order to become a head coach. This guy has never coached. You just gave him a head job. G fucking Wizzy. Shut up. There's a difference. Why don't you understand? This isn't just, first opportunity. Here we go. No, motherfucker. Others that I know earned the right to move up the order. This guy has not. And now that moves us into the segue, Smitty. The Lakers are talking about JJ Redick. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts on that. Again, another first-time coach, never coaching, going straight to the league now to coach the grown men in this business, coming straight off ESPN's stage to possibly coaching LeBron James and the Lakers. And now they've hired Coach K. Go ahead.
The biggest reason why I don't like this for the Lakers is because he's too close to the star player in LeBron James. They have a podcast together. They're friends. They're close. So I think I saw Udonis Haslam talk about this the other day. I thought he said it brilliantly. Like the players on that team are going to be side eyeing every decision that JJ Redick makes because, like you said, after the game they're going to be thinking to themselves like, "Damn, like you about to go hang out and drink some wine with LeBron or." Hey, is this coming from JJ or is it coming from LeBron? Everything's going to be tied to LeBron. It's going to be a favoritism type of situation where it's like you cannot tell me with a clear mind that JJ Redick can really go at LeBron. If LeBron makes a mistake or he, quote unquote, not talks back. They're all grown men, but I'm saying, like says something back or whatever the case may be, JJ Redick's going to go at him. That's not going to happen at all. So it's going to be a friendly little situation, no accountability. And that's where my biggest issue is at. I think JJ Redick is a brilliant mind. You played the game. When you play the game for such a long time, I do think, and this is where we disagree, I do think you're allowed to skip the line of guys who, just coach forever. But like if I played at the highest level and I understand that I played at Duke, I played in the NBA for a decade. I've been in different systems. I've done all this. I don't think you need to start at ground zero like every other coach has. So I do agree with that. But this particular team, these are the Lakers, bro. This is the most sought after, one of the most popular, successful franchises in all of sports, let alone just basketball. You think about all the great coaches we've had. For you to just bring in JJ off the street is kind of insane. But more importantly, the fact that he's so close to your superstar player, it just don't make sense. You're talking about bringing in Bronny. You're talking about bringing in JJ Redick. You're doing everything to cater to one player who's on his way out. He has 2-3 years max left. I mean, he's going to retire at some point. And you're basically putting your franchise under the hands of LeBron James. And you're basically telling your fan base, like me and you and I, that you don't care about championships in the short term. You just want to appease to LeBron and what he wants. And that's the wrong decision.
I'm blown away by your take because you're okay with Doug Gottlieb getting his first job as a head coach, but not JJ.
And I explained it brilliantly, bro. If you was listening, you understand it's a huge difference between the two.
I know, but I'm breaking down how you explained it. I get what you're saying, but I don't, because the NBA are grown men who have already set in their ways. This guy is not going to affect LeBron James either right or left. Doug Gottlieb getting his first job is affecting very impersonable players, kids, youth, student athletes, who we call them. This is the influenceable era, age, college. We need a guy to coach them, mentor them, and lead them. NBA, it really don't give a fuck. We've seen great players, to your point, get head jobs and be absolute fucking horrific at their job. So I just want to be clear. In Mike Singletary and all these guys that were great players, look at Deion Sanders right now. Right now, his resume is being written as a great player. So I just want to be clear. I heard what you're saying as a great player. Great players don't make great coaches. And I've never seen it yet. I've seen mid players become good coaches after they become coaches, but never to become a head coach. I haven't seen it. And I'm more worrisome at the college level than I am a guy getting a job like Steve Nash right in the NBA. Those guys aren't going to be impressed one way or another. You're not coming in and putting on them an impression on KD, Kyrie, and fucking James Harden at Brooklyn. You're not going in and changing the way AD and fucking LeBron thinks as JJ Redick. I think it's different in college and NBA. But I want to address something, because a lot of these guys in the chat just don't know about coaching, and they think they do. They think that because they see a popular take about Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra was a video guy. He got straight into coaching. No, he didn't. And he wasn't a video guy. See, you guys don't know. See, when you're a coach and you actually study the profession, regardless of what level or sport, I dive into all coaches, dog. My favorite coach is Gino Auriemma. I say it all the time. He's a women's basketball coach. I know about coaches, regardless of the sport. I know the women's volleyball coach at USC and UCLA, two successful programs in their specific sports. Eric Spoelstra, just FYI, and I don't need to look it up, coached in Germany after he played professionally in Portland, after he played college in Portland. Then he GA'd in Portland. Then he went to Germany and coached. Then he became a student film guy, and then he got a job in Miami as a film guy. Then he got a job because he already coached. Just so we're clear, go fucking look up Eric Spoelstra before you just say, he was a video guy and became the head coach of Miami. No, he wasn't. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. So I love when people just see these one outliers like Larry Bird, who came in to Indianapolis and took the Pacers to a Game 7 with Reggie Miller against Michael Jordan, and arguably could have won that game. I thought the Pacers should have won that game. And boom, we call it out and say, oh my God, Larry Bird did it. Everyone can do it. No, well, no one's done it since. No one's done it since. So there's outliers, homie. But let's be clear. Eric Spoelstra was not just a video guy and he morphed into a great coach, okay? Sorry. He was coaching in Germany. He coached in Portland. He did coaching aspects before he became a video guy. And just by the way, I told my assistant coach all the time, that's why there's 13 of them coaching D1 right now. Video will get you to become a great fucking coach, FYI. So he had the perfect world to become something he's not. Look at the guy in Miami, Smitty, the guy that I talk about all the time, Mike McDaniel. He was a video guy too, by the way, but he also GA'd. He also coached in the NFL as a youngster after he was a water boy. He just didn't morph into a guy that knows football. And these guys that say, it's not brain science. It's not brain. Yeah, it actually is. You could never even fucking fathom it. That's why 30 NBA players could never go to the NFL. It is actually. And you could ask Smitty, who played fucking D-line, how fucking intricate the fucking sport is. But see, you fucking casuals never played or coached. You all think it's just a bunch of fucking mongrels putting on gear and going out there and hitting each other. That's why you're ignorant. That's why NBA takes like Austin Rivers is fucking ignorant. This is why, because he never played. He doesn't understand it. So you guys don't understand it either. You're just in the chat talking because you're casuals. You're absolute fucking nobodies. So, all right, let's dive into this right here, Smitty, the stat of the day. Brought to you by betonline.ag. What do you think about that?
MVP Lamar Jackson has 10 games with a passing and rushing touchdown for the past 4 years. Bills Josh Allen had more last season alone. Okay, what do you fucking do? I don't know what that's supposed to do. I don't know what. Yeah, you know what's crazy?
Hold on, let me address. Why are you thinking that? I want to address G Wizzy. JB hates to see people get jobs, bro. I've gotten more guys jobs than anyone in this room, in this chat, in this fucking online that you know. I've gotten more guys jobs than any fucking buddy out there. But I hate to see people get jobs.
Going back to that last little stat, I just think that
Smitty, hold on, it's my bad. Jesse, JB has 13 coaches in D1, but couldn't get a D1 job. Make that make sense to me, and don't give me that bullshit about being blackballed. So I got guys jobs, and by the way, Dan Lanning called me the other day about a kid that coached with me. He's there at Oregon right now. Dante, go check him out. You can look it up, Google it. He coached for me in Indy. I actually gave him a recommendation to Dan personally on the phone. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Why the fuck does me getting a guy a job have to do with me getting a job? You guys are fucking ignorant. I'm just going to be honest. But Smitty, cook on this stat of the day because I know you're upset. You're going to defend Lamar regardless if I said Lamar has 0 touchdowns in 4 years. Go ahead.
I just don't get, like, it's just a weird stat. It kind of reminds me like when the NBA oftentimes they'll be like, hey, so-and-so was the first player to score 17 points, 7 steals, 7 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 fouls in a block in a game. Like it's like you're just reaching and picking some random stat to try to validate whatever point that you already have, whatever preconceived belief that you already have. So like this means nothing to me. Like this, a running touchdown, a passing touchdown in the game means nothing to me. I'm caring about how you lead men as a quarterback. How does that translate to wins and the ability overall, the talent that you have? I don't know why. I don't know. Like I'm literally mind blown of what that stat is supposed to do. Like when you put that out, what was the intentions? What were you trying to say? What are you trying to prove? Like I don't understand what you. I like Josh Allen. I like Lamar Jackson. I think I came on this show and said that I would take Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson as much as I like Lamar. So I don't even know. You know, most people have top 3 quarterbacks: Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, or Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. However you slice and dice it, and then you start talking about Lamar and some of the other cats after that. So I think a lot of people hate on Lamar because his playing style is very unique and different than a traditional quarterback. And they will find anything, use any ammo they can to find a way to take a shot at them. And this is another example.
Yeah, Jesse, Tank said that, yeah, and I disagreed. And what the fuck does that have to do with anything? And I just want to be clear. Frank, this guy right here says JB is hanging on to like Coach Prime TV just to get him clicks. Nobody knows him otherwise. I guess only the 1,000 kids I've sent D1 knows, and the 28 in the league know me, and then all the coaches in the world know me before Netflix. But who are you? See, that's the embarrassing part, homie. You're a guy with no profile picture who comes on my show and then says that I'm the nobody.
Homie. I tell you this all the time. You got to stop listening. Like, turn your comments off. Go to the private chat. This is what I do, JB. If I don't want to be distracted by the comments, I click on private chat and I don't even see it.
I like it. I like talking to these bitch boys. Look, season 3 is on the way. Coach Prime renewed for another season, ironically, on Prime TV. I don't give a fuck. I've never watched one of them. Have you?
I haven't watched any episodes either.
Thank you. I knew it. That's why I caught your ass. You talk all that shit. Everybody wants to defend you in the chat. I knew you didn't watch that shit. I ain't watching either. Why am I the only asshole? All you fuck you guys in the chat, motherfuckers. Smitty ain't watched it either.
Yeah, I love Coach Prime, but I don't mean I gotta watch. I mean, I ain't gotta do it. Everything Prime, I ain't gotta watch. Like, I like him as a player. I think he's gonna be a good coach. I think they're gonna win. That don't mean I gotta watch every single little thing that he does. Lord Jesus. Shout out to Mike Bundy though for the $9.99. Appreciate you. Love the picture, love the photo. Shout out to you.
Let's dive into what's going on in Chicago.
What you want to dive into, JB? We got 30 more minutes left.
I want to talk about this fucking shit right here.
Oh, man.
Can we show the video of him throwing 4 dig routes over the middle on air in shorts and shirts?
Hold on. Your favorite route, by the way. You always say, throw it. You can't even throw a damn dig route. All you do is throw outside numbers and throw the damn deep ball. Can you throw a dig route? Well, here you go.
Let's see what he does.
Throw.
Let's see how many he throws in a game.
Your favorite throw.
Let's see what he does.
Hold on, but let's not hate. We don't know what he's going to do yet. Only thing we can do is watch what we watch. Do you like what you see right now? Do you like the fact that he's throwing a dig route? Yes or no? Just answer that question.
Well, we don't know if it's a dig route. We don't get to see if he's coming from one side or the other. It could be a crosser by the slot there.
You said dig though, so I'm listening to you, Coach.
I know. Well, whatever. We're just seeing in-breaking route, and so I'm calling it an in-breaking dig route. But we don't know if he's a slot because we don't see the other side. So I don't know if he was over here and came across like a dig, or if he's right here and went like this. So I don't know.
Let me ask you this, JB. What is your honest?
Hey, hold on, Smitty. Why though? You know why Orlovsky did the playbook? I've talked to him since. I don't know if you know why he did the playbook. And I want to.
Don't call him out. That's your homeboy. Don't come on, JB. Let me stop you real quick.
No. I hate to burst Wido's bubble and everybody in the chat that was defending something the other day. There is one reason why he did the playbook. And then after that, Chase Daniel did his version. I commented and posted on. I don't know if you know that. Do you know why, Wido? I'm going to wait for Wido to say why Dan did that. And it's not why you think. Smitty, you know why he did it?
I honestly don't. I'm confused. I'm lost.
So Dan sat down and did a video of breaking down a playbook.
Yep.
You know, protections, calling them out, plays, etc. Chase Daniels came out and did another one as well, saying similar things. They obviously talked. And I talked to both of them. I'm going to have Chase come on the show maybe on Friday. But we talked to both of them. It's to prove that 30 NBA players could not go to the NFL, homie. That is why they did the playbook, contrary to all of your beliefs.
This is why they did the playbook.
That is why they started the playbook thing. It was to troll Austin Rivers. Just FYI. That is why they did it. And you know fucking well when you saw it, you're like, fuck, I'd rather just dunk a basketball.
And I'm a D lineman, and sometimes I be looking at offensive players like, what the hell are y'all? Like, what? Like, obviously, I understand it more than the casual, but I'll be lying if I said I just 100% know every single little offensive intricate.
You know why I thought they did it? You know why I thought they did it?
Why?
To prove that women shouldn't coach football.
This guy's insane, bro.
Full circle, homie. I had to go full circle. Everything comes back to that, Smitty. You know that. Everything comes back full circle.
No matter what it is, it comes back to that. It can be anything. The weather sucks in LA. It's pouring down. It's cloudy outside. I've been arguing all day. I lost my job. I got fired. And that's why women can't coach it. I'm like, what the hell? It always comes back somehow.
You imagine like the Macy's makeup bra just coming out and fucking, all right, Y2 banana here. You guys understand outside leverage, you got to break it between the two high safety and the ball. Now, quarterback, the ball has to be thrown on a banana ball right over to Mike Backer, who's the hole chopper versus cover two. You need to know this, and I want you understand, Johnny, are you listening to me? And then motherfuckers really think that the women can go to the NFL and the NBA is fucking crazy. Oh, man. Anyway, moving on amicably.
I was about to ask you a real question.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Before all this craziness, what's your honest opinion of what you predict Caleb Williams' first season to be with the Bears? Like,
shitty. Give
me some numbers. You think he'll throw over 3,000 yards? You think like how many? Like, give me some estimates.
He'll probably get pulled.
Caleb Williams?
Yeah, I think he'll be pulled. He's going to be so bad.
What do you mean pulled? They're going to bench him?
They'll pull him just to show him like he's going to have like a Justin Fields moment where they had Andy Dalton and he's going to have to share time.
Is this your entertainment? We're on a show.
No. It'll be so bad. It'll be so bad because they can't protect him, and he'll ad-lib so much, and he'll get his ass murdered out there that they'll have to like try to save the number one pick as a management thinking process. Like, oh fuck, we can't kill the number one pick. We look like a fucking buffoon. We just got rid of a 3-year starter in Justin Fields. That's what I think they're gonna do. Like, that's what I think will happen. He'll play early. He'll start, of course. He'll play, and then I think he's gonna hit a wall, and they're gonna have to do something. They're gonna be so bad as a team. I think they're going to have to do something. I think they're a bad football team. They're not one quarterback away. You and I both agree to that. They're not one quarterback away from being a fucking playoff contending fucking team. So when you get hit in the mouth, I saw the strength of schedules. I think Chicago's like above a 55% winning percentage as far as teams that they're going to play. Atlanta, I think, is the worst. I think Atlanta's the worst, which is my next topic I want to talk to you about. I want to give me your honest take on the whole Penix draft Atlanta Falcons take now, as you think you know what's going on now in Atlanta, because I have an interesting one I want you to hear.
I want to hear yours. I mean,
all right, I'll just keep going and let you talk and let you dive in on of what I say.
Yeah,
I think it's going to come down as one of these. This GM is going to come in and he's going to some type of luck of the draw is going to hit this Atlanta Falcons franchise, and this GM will go down as, oh shit, this motherfucker made a big ball, big nut move in it, and now this guy's going to be considered as one of the best GMs in football in like 3 years. Because this is why. Atlanta has the worst schedule, the easiest schedule in the NFL, number one. That's fact. I already saw it. They have the easiest schedule in football. Number two, Kirk Cousins, I don't believe, lasts the season. You have a guy that's older who's going to come in the worst division in football and be serviceable. Maybe not be Kirk Cousins, but he'll be very serviceable, even though he's a lefty. They'll get used to him in practice. He'll be able to come in, and he'll be able to do what other guys just don't have in the backup role in the NFL. They don't have a guy as a backup other than Minshew in Oakland or in Vegas that has experience who can play. A lot of these backups, I don't believe, are going to be game changers like Michael Penix can actually offer. Michael Penix can actually offer some game-changing abilities and game-changing moments in a game, in a season that they are in the worst division in football and have the easiest schedule in football. That is where I think it all lines up to making this GM look like he knew what he was doing. And that is what I'm predicting about Atlanta Falcons. I think that division is shit. I think New Orleans is overrated and Derek Carr is shit. I think Carolina's still going to struggle. They'll be better, but still struggle. I think that the Bucs hit their window last year. I think they're in a rebuild process as well. They're older on defense. I don't believe in Baker Mayfield. I think Atlanta is in perfect order to do something that everyone's going to be like, oh, fuck, Atlanta's like sitting at 10-5 going into the last 2 weeks or some shit like that. That is what I truly believe. So that's where I'm at with this Atlanta Falcons team. And I just think that they have – listen, I don't believe in the easiest schedule shit in the NFL. I'm not a believer. I've said it on this show for years. This is the NFL. They get a check on the 1st and 15th. All 53 members of that roster, even practice squad players, get a check. And this is a man's league, and anybody can win any given game, any Sunday. So I don't believe in the easy schedule shit. I do believe in having an opportunity playing in an easier division because Tom Brady benefited from it for 20 years. I think it kept Tom Brady healthy and upright to have better opportunity in playoff games when they had to go to a Pittsburgh, had to go to an Indianapolis, had to go to a Tennessee. They got he was better for playing in a shitty division for 20 years, that he didn't get banged up, beat up. He didn't play in the AFC North in the black and blue division. He got to avoid all that for 20 years. It kept him upright, and I believe it allowed him to play till he was 45 years old. Similar situations occurring right here. I don't see anyone in that division, New Orleans, Carolina, or the Tampa Bay Bucks, becoming a serious Super Bowl contender in the next 5 years. I think it's the right time for Atlanta, who has a veteran quarterback and a freak backup as a rookie with some really good young talent, a game-changer running back, and if they could get Pitts' mind right and get his ass to break out to be what he was, and get Drake London to be a Keenan Allen of sorts, because he's not a game-changer, he's not an over-the-top guy. London is really slower, more route runner.
Catching traffic, yeah.
If they can get those things going and shore up the O-line, because their O-line's actually pretty damn good, if they can get the D-line better, Atlanta is in right order to actually do some things. And I like Coach Morris. That's Weddle's boy. Weddle loves Raheem. I think they have the right defensive-minded coach who will let the offensive coordinator coach and create a guy like Kirk Cousins, who's a veteran, to train a guy like Penix. And if something happens, they have the perfect safety blanket in Michael Penix Jr. I don't believe any other team in that division has it. I don't believe there's another team in the NFL that has it, other than Justin Fields in Pittsburgh. So, but they're in the black and blue division. See what I'm saying? There's a
right. It's different. Yeah.
So that is just my little eloquent breakdown.
I'm not mad at that, bro. I'm not mad. I mean, I don't foresee. I mean, you never know with NFL, but like I don't think Kirk Cousins. I don't see Kirk Cousins missing like a ton of games this year again. I don't think he's not a guy. When I look at his history, who just misses a lot. I think last year was more of an anomaly. So as long as he's recovered from that Achilles fully, I don't see him missing a lot this particular year. But I do think long-term, big picture, Michael Penix will be a really good quarterback in this league, and he will win a lot of games with the Falcons. And to your point, this GM will look like a genius down the road. I mean, listen. There's people who think Michael Penix might end up being better than Caleb Williams. I mean, we'll see. I don't know why, outside of the injury history, I don't know why people weren't or higher on Michael Penix when you really think about how he performed at the college level, how accurate he is as a thrower, the deep ball, the athleticism. I think this guy has it all, honestly, outside of him having some injury history. I mean, I don't get it. So I think it's a brilliant take, and I would not be surprised at all if he ends up being this franchise quarterback for a long time, winning a lot of games, and making his GM look like a genius. But I do disagree with your first take, to back up a little bit, saying Caleb Williams is going to be benched. Like, hell no, I don't see that happening at all. And I'm not like a Caleb Williams fanboy at all. We agree on a lot of stuff, but I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I don't think he's going to be a phenomenal like Peyton Manning level type guy, but I do see this cat being a good quarterback. He's too talented, and then more so than that, fuck the talent, the pieces he has around him. You got to think. I know you said that they're not one piece away from being a playoff team. Well, they brought in way more than just one piece. That's the thing about it. They brought in multiple pieces. Guys on DeAndre Swift, Keenan Allen. They got 2 big-time draft picks in Caleb and Roma Dunze. And remember, they won 7 games last year, and a lot of the games they lost, they were within 1 score.
But
so it's not like the Bears aren't shitty, is what I'm saying.
How many teams that were ascending?
Ascending?
The reason why I said stay with Justin Fields. How many teams that were getting better, as the Bears were?
Packers was getting better.
And then trade the quarterback and start over and have success. Tell me a team that's done that. I'm going to wait. Because that's my whole point. That's my whole issue. You're starting over. I don't care how much talent you bring in. Guess what happened? Tampa Bay Bucks were real shitty. They brought in a quarterback and they won a Super Bowl. You don't bring in wideouts to win Super Bowls. You don't bring in running backs. You bring in quarterbacks. You don't get rid of them and replace them with guys who've never played in the league. That is my whole take on the Justin Fields and why you should have kept him. That is my take. This is why I'm against it. That is why I think the Bears will drop again and start over like they did when they drafted Justin Fields 3 years ago. So that's just my take on it. I got to get your take on something else real quick. This whole I want to get your take on this entry by this female here in her NBA WNBA game last night. What do you think about that?
She looked good. Shit, who we taking from it?
So that's my point. I'm just gonna be the guy that says it. That's why
good. Like ain't nothing wrong to say. We still men. I can say that. She looks fucking good. She's been looking good.
Point. Yeah, that's my point.
She's in the group chats right now saying she's been in the group chats like that. Like I like that she out. That's what pro athletes do. They go out there. They want to look good. The fellas do that to their level. They dress how they want to dress. These are women pro athletes. They want to come in there, put their fit on, dress the way they want to dress.
But I'll be honest. This is why I think it's a joke, and that's why I won't watch WNBA. I think it's a joke. Like, I'm not looking at you to play basketball. I'm looking at you to look like that. You're a female. That's fine. You're a female. That's
before the game, but she puts jersey and shorts on and ties her hair up, and it's time to go. Like,
but I don't.
Again, two things can be true.
That's
I'm not so you can't be simple. You don't and I'm not saying, but don't be simple minded when you look at like we can appreciate a woman's beauty. They didn't go watch them play. Like why can't both things be true? I don't understand that.
That's my point. I'm not appreciating their beauty. I'm appreciating the fact that I don't want to watch her play basketball or fight or MMA or none of that.
What's your point though? What's your point? Like give me your overall point. Okay, JB is not a fan of this. Okay, cool. What are you suggesting though? Like what are you what narrative are you trying to push?
No narrative. That's why I won't watch WNBA.
All right, well, cool. Well, like we ain't got to talk about it no more. That's cool.
Yeah, that's why I say it.
You pushing it though, like you continue to push it almost like you want us to hop on the bandwagon with you and not watch support.
I'm
glad they get support.
There's no way I'm watching the Caitlin Clark over the Knicks Pacers game last night like you did,
and that's fair. That's cool.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just won't watch it. That's all.
And that's cool. That's great. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I want to dive into this Bronny James. Bronny James went around the Rosie, some fucking jumpers. I watched this the first time and I was thinking like, okay, he made a few open jumpers. Why is everybody blowing this thing up? I gotta be honest, dog. I want to dive into this real quick. Every morning I go outside and clean up dog shit and clean the backyard up after the show and get ready to either go to the studio or whatever I got to do and wait for my boy to come. Hopefully we get this TV out of here. I am watching Austin Rivers and Kendrick Perkins, and this is the topic of discussion for the last 3 days, Bronny James. And I'm watching this guy, and I watched him 2 days ago perform this right here, and I'm like, that is what you think can play in the NFL, Austin Rivers? Because I don't know if you've noticed, the last 3 days, Austin Rivers keeps bringing up the NFL thing on First Take and on ESPN.
I don't watch ESPN. I have not watched it.
I know. So but I just have it on outside while I'm cleaning, and I'm like, damn, he's continuing to back up what he started with the 30 NFL NBA thing. But now they keep pushing this guy as a great freak of nature that we've never seen. And I'm sitting there like, dog, this motherfucker would he even get that shot off in the NBA? Like, that motherfucker's so slow. It's so fucking, like, you're on air, dog. Like, hold on. You didn't do this at SC. You didn't do this in high school. Like, I'm trying to figure out, how is this guy just becoming an NBA sensational draft steal? Austin Rivers and Kendrick Perkins said he'll be a steal yesterday. I'm like, so I just want to get your take on him being a steal. He was listed at 6'4" on everybody's media guides. He is officially 6'1.5", and I'm tired of hearing his name on ESPN as if he's the fucking draft steal. I think it's a fucking mockery, and if he wasn't LeBron James' son, as you and I both agree, he wouldn't be talked about. Let's keep it real. He would just be a guy, he would be another guy, not the guy. He's a guy right now, according to ESPN and all these people. And I'm like, that's slow. My jumper's I can get my shit off quicker than that right now and go around the fucking road.
To his defense, I'm pretty sure he can in a game the release would be faster. This is
he had a 41-inch vert. He had a 41-inch vert.
Yeah.
So he could jump. I guess. So can everybody else. But go ahead.
I mean, listen, it's a tough situation. He hasn't done enough to me to be in the NBA. Let's start there. He hasn't done enough yet. We haven't even seen him really play like that. He had a damn heart scare, wasn't playing at first. Then he did play. He was a role player on a bad SC team. We just haven't really even seen enough to me to decide that.
Isn't that the reason we're talking about it? Like, isn't that the point of this conversation?
Yeah,
How is this guy just moved up in the pecking order? You just said it.
There's multiple things. There's one, they're saying this is a historically bad NBA draft. So they're saying that if there was any year you would have a chance to just get a chance, this is the year to do it. So that's what the guys are saying, number one. Number two, and I listen to basketball player because they play the sport just like we yell at the chat. If there's somebody who we think didn't play football, we call them dumbasses and this, that, and the third. So I listen to NBA guys and basketball players too for knowledge as well. And a lot of these guys are saying that Bronny's game isn't for college basketball. His style in which he plays is more for an NBA style in which he plays. He's not a guy who's gonna go out there and just dominate the scoring and dribble and go out there and drop 30. He's a pass-first guy, kind of like his dad. Defender, can knock down open shots, 3-and-D type of guy. This is what the basketball naysayers are saying. Now, again, call me a casual fan, but I do have basketball knowledge because I played the game much lower level, but I've been watching my whole life, and I work in sports media, so I know the game too. I just need to see it. Like, for me, I would prefer to see it before I start talking about drafting a cat. We all know at the end of the day, the reason why he's getting so much attention is because he's LeBron's son. Just like any other superstar, if they had a son in this situation, they would get some attention. Part of me, and I know I'm gonna get flack for this, but part of me, it's gonna sound crazy, but part of me feels a little bad for Bronny, not because he has a great life. So when I say bad, I'm not someone life is separate. Part of me feel a little bad though, because like at the end of the day, Bronny I just heard his voice for the first time ever yesterday. Like, he doesn't talk. He's not in the media saying stuff. He's not hyping himself up. He's actually not doing anything wrong as a kid. He just said, you know what? I'm going to enter my name in the draft, and I'm going to see what's up. I'm going to do the test, see what they're talking about. If it's not realistic that I'm going to get picked up, I'll go back to college. If there's really some serious talk about me getting drafted, then I'll go ahead and go. Why not do that? If you had an opportunity to go to play professional and live out your dream, why not do that? I feel like Bronny's naturally catching a lot of flack because we're all like, well, shit, the only reason why you in this position is because your daddy. And it's almost like people are mad at Bronny now. It's like, damn, like, from Bronny's perspective, he can't control who his daddy is. He can't control who birthed him. Shit, I'm gonna be real. If I become rich and I have some type of power and influence and I have a son or a daughter, and if I can help them navigate through life easier than me, I'm going to do that. I'm sorry, I'm going to do that. Now, is it fair? Probably not. But that's just life. That's America. That's the name of the game. Even from a non-familial standpoint, if I can help out JB, if JB wants to do something and I have a connection to help him out, I'll do that. Like, so I don't know. I just feel like he's catching a lot of flack for doing nothing wrong just because he's LeBron's son. And a lot of people don't like LeBron from a fan standpoint, and it's trickling down to his son when his son is his own person, his own character. So
let me ask you. You on this show said that Edey will be a good NBA player. I said that he wouldn't. So we had that debate. Is that his name, Edey? Zach Edey, right?
Zach, yeah, he's from Purdue, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think, what's his name? Dalton Keynan or whatever? The Keynan or whatever his name is?
From where?
Where's Keynan at? Marquette or Illinois? I don't know. I'm one of them. I forgot. I don't watch college basketball like that.
Connecticut.
Keynan or what's his name? He's a prospect. He's real good. Dalton.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
Why haven't you seen Edey or Keynan, who are supposedly top 5 draft picks on ESPN, talked about?
But we know that answer.
But that's my point. We're taking away from someone that's really good to a guy that didn't even fucking play at SC, really, who's coming off of a heart issue, and he's LeBron's son. That's my whole point. Like, they'll call me a hater. I'll say I'm sticking up for the fucking other dudes that actually deserve it. Why isn't that hating on them? Why aren't you hating on them, homie? So I'm the hater because I bring up the fucking elephant in the room, but it's not hating that we keep good kids out of the fucking media. So I want to be clear. How is that hating and the other side is not hating? Defending a kid is hating. Get the fuck out of here with your fucking takes. You guys are fucking unbelievable.
It's entertainment though, JB. You know the answer. You've been in one of the biggest Netflix shows of all time. You've been at Fox Sports as a guest. You've been on McAfee show. We have our own show here. It's entertainment. It's about who do people care about. Unfortunately, Dalton Connect or whatever, people don't really care about him to that extent. Like not yet. Zach Edey, people don't care about him to that extent. Not yet. LeBron James' son. That, you know what I mean? It's like college football. We talk about Deion. People care about what Deion is on doing in Colorado, what they're doing. It's popularity. It's entertainment. You want clickbait. You want views. You want eyes. If I'm ESPN, if I'm Fox, if I'm any of these big networks, I want as many eyes as possible. You're going to get more views talking about Bronny James. You're going to get talking about Zach Edey at this point. It's just that simple. No, nothing else to it. That's all it is.
Let's talk about being popular. Tom Brady gained respect from many on the Netflix popular roast of Tom Brady that was aired last week. It blew up. We had a lot of comedians on it. We had a lot of people hosted by Kevin Hart. It came out. They came at him. And he gained a lot of respect for kind of fighting the Karens, if you will, in the room, and Netflix itself for being a woke organization. And then we had comedians beat comedians again, and everyone said comedy's back. And then I lost respect for Tom Brady yesterday. I lost respect for him because we were getting out of it, and then he succumbed to the cancel culture haters and the cancel culture vultures. And then he had to make a fucking apology, homie. Why, Tom Brady, did you do it? And I'm glad to hear my boy Mad Dog Chris Russo call Tom Brady out. And Mad Dog Russo said on his show, he is mad at Tom Brady for apologizing for his roast. Smitty, I want to get your take on why Tom Brady now is apologizing for being on the roast and said he would never do it again and that he put his kids in harm's way and his ex-wife. I call bullshit. I thought he was himself on the show in live person by allowing everyone to eat a shit sandwich. I wanted him to hold that energy, keep that energy, and own it. I am pissed off at Tom Brady, myself, my opinion, because he made a step forward and now he's a fucking coward. And he succumbed to a lot of fucking cancel culture vultures, which you and I argue on the show every day. You got to stand for it, dog, or it'll never change. You can't stand for it on a fucking most watched Netflix show of the year and then turn around and say, oh, I wish I didn't do it. I'm sorry for doing it. I'll never do it again. What? You
called him a coward, though? Did I hear you correctly?
Yeah, I called him a coward, dog. I think he's a coward for stepping backwards and
that's a bold statement, JB. To disagree with somebody is one thing.
He's not playing no more, Smitty.
There's shit I disagree with you on, but like I ain't gonna label you as that. Like just call Tom Brady a coward a little bit of it.
Smitty,
you sure you believe that though? Like, are you just saying that because you're emotional? Like you think Brady's a coward? Like,
here's the thing. Let's be clear.
Let's be clear. Like I don't like.
Let's be clear. He's not a player no more. So as a player, I would say he stands in there with nuts and guts, has big time poise, balls, all that. He's not a player no more. He is a huge figure in society now. He owns part of the Raiders. He's part of huge businesses. He is now about to be the biggest voice on football, replacing Greg Olsen. He has a $350 million contract on Fox, right?
Yeah, he coming. Yeah, we just announced it yesterday.
All right. Yeah. So now you are now labeled something that you're different. It's not football no more. Let's be clear. He is now.
I hear you, but I think call him a coward because you disagree on his apology is a stretch. It's my opinion. If you believe that, it's cool. Sometimes I think like we get going on the show and we say and like words slip out.
Listen,
maybe we don't
like
that's why I wanted to make sure. I'm like, you sure you think he? And if you do, cool. Like
listen, I like Tom Brady.
That's why I asked you.
That doesn't mean that I'm not going to say what you are. You took 2 steps forward for America last week and you brought comedy back. You brought real spit back. And now you backtracked and you have now said you are apologizing for allowing it to occur. And now you're saying that you put your wife, who cheated on you, homie, in harm's way. Hold on, dog. This broad getting a pass now for cheating on you and putting your family in harm's way, and you did nothing. You were humble about it. You were the bigger man. You stood on your own business. You stayed out of the limelight. You didn't blast her out. You didn't say anything about her cheating with her fucking trainer, and you didn't do anything. You took the high road. Respect. She came out and called you out for doing a show on a fucking Netflix series, but she didn't address the fact she cheated and blasted your family out when she did that. And now you've accepted it and now backtracked and apologized to her? Nah, dog, I find it to be cowardly.
Well, I don't like diving into people's personal relationship because at the end of the day,
but it's out there. It's not personal.
We're only speaking about what the media has told you. At the end of the day, there's so much more. So, as a man who's in a relationship right now, there's so much that goes to a relationship that none of us know, and none of us will be privy to the information. We don't know what Tom Brady was doing or wasn't doing. We don't know what all Giselle was doing or wasn't doing, and only those two people know. And regardless of them divorcing and breaking up, they had a beautiful family for a long time, and they have kids. And you can break with somebody, and it's still a feeling of care and respect for that person, regardless of how it ended, because that's still the mother of his kids. And number one, and number two, there was a point in which you were deeply in love with that person and you was married to that person. So break up or not, there's still some level of care. Number one. Number two, I don't have a problem with what he said, because at the end of the day, he's saying I had no issues when the jokes were about me. He said I love when the jokes were about me. He said, but he wouldn't do it again because the way it affected his kids. And we don't know what his kids said to him when he went to go talk to him afterwards. How are we going to judge this man on making a comment about his kid? You can shake your head all you want. We don't know what his kids went to him or what's going on in school or what the case may be. Kids can be mean as hell. Some of our worst experiences, or not worst experience, but just most disrespectful experiences that came from being just a kid and growing up and going to school. So ain't no telling what's going on with them or what's happening in school or how they felt. Hearing people say shit about their mom, don't know 13, 14-year-old, whatever, want to be hearing this type of shit about their mother, no matter how y'all feel about it. Trust me, we don't want to hear that. And for it to be coming on the show that your dad did, I'm sure his kids probably feel some type of way about it. As a father, he loves the shit out of his kids. Obviously, he probably like, you know what? I see how it affected them. They spoke to me about it. And this is why he said he'll never do it again. He said, I don't have no problem how the jokes itself or how they came at me. But again, it's a roast. He didn't know every single joke. He didn't probably know none of the jokes coming in. He just went in there, sat down, and boom. And it probably, and you can see by his facial expression sometimes when you watch the actual show, he kind of caught by surprise on some of them jokes. And again, JB, I don't know if you actually watched it yet. I watched the first hour and a half of it. I know you watched clips. They were taking shots at at shots at his wife. Constantly. It was like, damn. So he's looking back at it now. He's probably like, damn, that probably wasn't the best move for this reason. I don't think he's being soft. He's not a coward. It ain't none of that. Just because people disagree, that don't make them a coward. That don't make them a soft. They don't make them this. This is just a father who has two young boys who are dealing with one of the biggest stars of all time as their father, and one of the biggest stars of all time, if we're being real, as their mother, who's a big-time model. And this is a public thing they've been dealing with all last year, 2 years long. And now you got to resurface this energy and hear all this back talk about your mother. Yes, that could affect the kids, bro. Come on.
It blows me away that you haven't. I don't know what the word is. Like you don't understand like macro. You only understand micro. Did he agree to do the roast or not? Yes or no?
Yep.
All right. He agreed to do the roast. He knew what the roast was. He's seen multiple roasts on Netflix. He has seen roast, and he has agreed to doing the roast. This is like why I say I don't apologize for what I say. It's because that's who I am. I will never backtrack and apologize for something I said. I will own up to being wrong. I will never apologize for doing it because that's who I am and that's what I did. He did it. That's who he is. He accepted it. He knew what it was, and he fucking did it. And now you've skipped over that whole point and just now said he didn't know what he was doing. Now he's apologizing. He doesn't know what his kids are touching and hitting and blah, blah, blah. It's at school. Then you shouldn't have did it, homie. He shouldn't have did it.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's
No,
saying,
he's not.
baby.
No, he's not.
Have you been perfect? Have you?
No, Smitty, hold on, no. He sure did it when they gave him $20 million, homie. So now he's sorry? He took that $20 million, though.
After effects.
He took that $20 million, homie. He took that $20 million, dog.
Of course he did. But
Come on, man.
Let's see what it led to,
homie.
JB.
I'm tired of this gray area shit.
Ain't no gray area. You cannot tell me.
Nah.
You cannot tell me that you made a perfect decision your whole life. You cannot tell me.
It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it.
Motherfucker. So you tell me you ain't made a decision. You can say you ain't made a decision and look back like, damn, I fucked up. I probably shouldn't have did that. You might not say it publicly because you too gangster to say it publicly.
It don't matter.
But internally, you made decisions. We all have. We're like, damn, I probably shouldn't have did that. Come on, bro.
I'm not gonna take your money, homie. See, so you're telling me you're gonna take the money and then do it, and then is he giving the fucking money back?
Hell no, he ain't.
Exactly. See, you motherfuckers all want everything. You want your cake and eat it too. You talk about the fucking two things can be true shit. Bullshit. Can't be true, homie. You can't take the money from the people who fucking defend you and support you and then turn around and shit on them after you've taken their money. That's exactly why he's a coward.
He's not shitting on nobody. He's saying in his personal, he's not shitting on nobody. He's not shitting on Rose. He's not shitting on Netflix. He's not shitting on nobody. He's saying he personally probably wouldn't do it again because of how it affected his kids. Point blank, period. That's simple and plain. What the fuck are y'all making it so much deeper than what it is? He didn't come here and say, we should never do roast again. This is horrible for America. This is disrespectful for the world. We should never do this again. He said, for my household, I probably wouldn't do it again because the way it affected my kids, bro.
Why don't he give the money back and tell Netflix, cancel the fucking thing? Take it off.
It's stupid to do that. That's why.
See, you think you can have both ways, homie? You're literally right now live saying you should have it both ways. You should be able to get the money, shit on the support, and then apologize and everything's okay.
He didn't shit on the support. All he said is he wouldn't do it again.
Everything's
he said he wouldn't do it again.
I know he did. He apologized. He apologized. It's so easy to apologize, Smitty, after you get the money, though. Isn't that ironic? How easy it is to apologize to get your fan base back in tune with you after you took their $20 million.
It's 9:03, JB.
Isn't that easy?
It's 9:03, baby.
I know. I was finishing my point. It's unbelievable.
9:03.
I can't wait till Smitty gets a little older and he's gonna be like, "Damn, you're right. I motherfucker should have never apologized." All right. Hey, it's been a great show. It's Work Boot Wednesday. We strapped on our hard hat and work boot today on the Realest show,
tomorrow.
Planet Earth. Realest show on Planet Earth. What?
Don't forget, I'm going to Mexico tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, you're not on.
I'm going to Mexico.
Fuck. Thanks for the update.
I told you all week long, bro. Stop it.
Let me call Jeff. Can Jeff fucking fill in again? Let me see. Who can I get? Let me get Steve, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna see if I can get.
We'll figure it out.
Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. Go on over to Winnable and go on over to Prize Picks, Bet Online. Our new one, better. Or who is it?
It's called Rebet. Download Rebet right now. It's the first social betting app out there, man. It's free. You can bet with Rebet points, Rebet cash. Go do it. Have fun. It's free, y'all. So, hey, have fun. Hey, y'all pray for me. Y'all. I'm going to be in Mexico, and JB been saying all last 2 weeks.
No.
I'm going to happen to me. So make sure y'all pray for me.
Remember, you're good. It ain't no problem. Just driving a caravan. Make sure you're strapped. Make sure you don't leave the fucking facility. It's a safe place. Hey, so make sure you guys all pray for Smitty tomorrow, and we'll be on tomorrow, as always, on the Realest Show on Planet Earth. We'll see you, God willing, tomorrow with Smitty in Mexico. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a wrap. We what the game's been missing.